across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Tories to launch election manifesto, further court action over St Albans rail freight plans, and Bletchley Park notebook auctioned for over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. Mr Cameron will say the Tories are the party of working people, as Chris Mason explains.
This is a plan that was hugely popular in the 1980s, and the Tories will hope will be hugely popular again, to give 1.3 million housing association tenants the chance to buy their homes at a discount of at least 35%, and it'll be paid for by requiring councils to sell off the most expensive properties when tenants move and replace them with affordable homes. Labour asking questions, as they were yesterday, about how the Tories are going to pay for all of their promises, and their promises are unfunded and unbelievable.
Meanwhile, the Green Party will use its manifesto launched today to call for the creation of a fairer society and a safer planet. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. The council is opposing development of the former Radlett Aerodrome site in Park Street. The internet watchdog, the IWF, has warned that easily accessible photo-sharing websites are being used to distribute large numbers of images of child abuse. The sites are meant for people's holiday and family photos. 15 firefighters were called to a blaze at a warehouse in Milton Keynes last night after a forklift truck caught fire. The incident in Brandsworth Avenue in Brinklow happened just after 8 p.m. A notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million. The handwritten notes date from 1942, when Turing worked on deconstructing the Nazi Enigma code. Regina Vadyanathan reports.
It took just 2 minutes of bidding for the 56-page notebook to go under the hammer for more than $1 million. Described by auctioneers as an insight into the work of a genius, it contains the detailed mathematical and computer science notes of Alan Turing and is believed to be the only extensive manuscript of his work to exist. Turing left the notebook to a friend after he died in 1954. It's unclear who bought the manuscript, but many hope its new owner will put it on public display.
The contract to build the so-called Woodside Link Road in Bedfordshire has been awarded to Balfour Beatty. The road will link Hatton Regis and Dunstable to the new junction 11A of the M1, joining the A5 M1 link, which is already being built. The Woodside Link is scheduled to open in the autumn of 2016. In sport, England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua, with Iain Bell top scoring with 143. And there are matches tonight for MK Dons at Fleetwood, Wickham at home to Exeter, Stevenage at home to Portsmouth, and Luton away to Dagenham. The weather: cloud clearing to leave a warm and sunny day, a maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/Three Counties.
Thank you, Simon. Catherine, did you write a menu today?
No.
OK, can I ask you for the clarification, for the ears of the listener, why no menu?
Well, because what we had was yoghurt and speeding.
We've still got speeding, haven't we? Or did you drop that as well?
Well...
The lead story, guys, was going to be about a woman eating a yoghurt in a hotel.
Well, no, not eating a yoghurt.
The lead story, guys, was going to be about a woman not eating a yoghurt in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Whereas we would have been as bad as BBC Norfolk had we gone with that.
So instead we're going to go with nothing.
Literally nothing.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
Literally.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
I say nothing.
Yeah.
We've got our pet.
Our pet what?
Our pet Kelly! Kelly Pets.
Hello.
You're like a Tamagotchi, but not quite so animated.
Thank you.
Exactly. Whatever happened to Tamagotchis? They must have bred.
I let mine die. I just ended up with a screen full of little tiny Tamapoos.
I got attached to... I did like the Tamagotchi. I thought it was a lot of fun. But then I bought a robot dog, an Ibo. which I called Raoul. Cost me a lot of money. I bought it with a TV check. I had to get drunk. You had to order it from Japan, and I had to get drunk to order it because I could not justify that much money. It was rubbish. I later sold it for £150 on eBay. I wish I'd kept it. The kids would have liked it.
Yeah, but the problem we have is carpet.
Sorry?
Carpet. All of these...
That's not a problem, mate. That's a gift from God.
Yeah, but all of these robot things...
Allied.
All of these robot
Carpet.
things rely on smooth floors.
No. You're thinking of the remote control car. The Aibo could walk on the carpet, could play football on
What?
it. Could play football on the carpet. Could play football. It saw the ball and it would play football. I've really got to sort that out.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I get scared of things like that.
Sorry, sir?
I get scared of things like that.
Scared of what? Technology?
Yes.
Can we get some WD-40 for my bum or this chair? One of the two.
Sentient technology is the most scary.
Well, the thing is, it learns. Raoul learns. These Aibos, they learn and they age.
Why don't you just get a Furby?
Or
No.
an actual dog.
No, dogs. Oh, I flipping hate dogs.
No,
I
they're
nearly swore
excellent.
about dogs there. No, these Aibos, they learn and they develop over age and they develop a personality. If you play with them and if you stroke them, they become friendly. And if you ignore them and don't play with them, they become a little bit dark, a little
See,
bit nasty.
that's the bit that I wouldn't like.
But then, and then I kind of didn't play with it enough, so it became a little bit dark. And all I would have had to have done, just put a pin in the little reset hole up
yeah.
his thingy. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Couldn't catch it. It was too bitey.
Yeah, happily I'll put a puppy in a sack and chuck it in the canal.
Whoa.
It's a joke, guys. But we haven't. Listen, if I wasn't talking about that, we'd be talking about this.
After about half an hour, they managed to bring me up a plate with 2 slices of ham.
That could have been the lead story, guys. Really? I mean, really?
Everybody must be on drugs in this town. Or maybe there's a strange new bug that's been going round. 'Cause people all smiling and waving as I go by. Everybody loves me and I don't know why. It used to be a kind face was a rarity. But now I got friends coming out both ends just to visit me. But it don't make sense cause my confidence has been destroyed. Everybody loves me, but I'm paranoid. Whatever happened to the cold cruel world I used to understand? When every road was paved with wet cement. Back when if I was hanging off a cliff you'd be walking on my hands. Somebody please tell me where all the good times went. Every time I needed something, no one ever gave me nothing, and it never failed. I'd have to sit and try to shout and write myself a letter just to get there. But now my ears are singing with the damn jingle singing on my telephone. Everybody loves me, but I'm not at home. Whatever happened to the cold cruel world I used to understand? When every road was paved with wet cement. Hey, you remember back when if I was hanging off a cliff you'd be dancing on my hands? Somebody please tell me where all the good times were. Every time I needed something, no one ever gave me nothing, and it never failed. I had to sit right down and write myself a letter just to get there. But now my ears all singing with the dancing or laying on my telephone. It's too late. Everybody loves me, but I'm not at home. It's paranoid. Everybody loves me. Paranoid. Everybody loves me.
Basic meal that's safe for you to eat shouldn't be beyond them at all. And my family live in High Wycombe. It wasn't like they could just get in the car and be there in 10 minutes with...
Could have been the lead story, guys. Instead, we're flying Acapulco. So, get them off.
What?
Going loco down in Acapulco. Imagine if you were in Acapulco, which I imagine is quite a hot country.
It's in Mexico.
Yeah, well, exactly. So it's even hotter country than I expected.
Yeah.
And you're actually going loco. We don't say loco now, Four Tops. We say mentally insane. But, because there's nothing worse, just taking the shoes off, feeling the vibe, just clicking the toes.
You've got your socks on inside out.
What do you mean your socks on inside out?
You've got your socks on inside out.
What does that mean?
You're not going to feel right all day.
There's no inside out with socks. They're just socks.
Of course there is inside
You
out.
are joking.
I can see your seam.
They're just. I'm going to go to Kelly Pets, who I'll be petting later on in the petting zoo, but I'll wash my hands afterwards. There's no inside out for socks, is there?
I've just looked, and I think mine might be inside out as well.
No, but there's not an inside out for. Why are you even saying that?
But there is. Show her. Look, you can see the seam on top of your socks.
But it doesn't matter.
I prefer them inside out.
First of all, oh, for goodness sakes, I'm like the guy in the film. You're like the devil, and you're like the sexy devil, and you're like the sexy angel on my shoulder. No, actually, it's nothing like that. You're both just annoying. There's no such thing as an inside out of a sock. It's a sock.
I might be annoying, but
Hello?
I've got my socks on the right way around. In fact, I've not got any socks on. I've made a decision.
What I don't like is those tiny socks, the secret socks.
The magic socks.
Are they magic? I always thought...
These trainer socks.
Secret socks!
Oh, I thought you meant the ones that look tiny, but they stretch. They're magic
No,
socks.
you're thinking you don't get magic socks, you get magic gloves.
You can get the socks as well.
You get magic... I hate gloves. I hate woolen gloves. I hate the feeling of wool rubbing against wool. Can't do it. So far...
Do you know what socks I don't like?
Go on, mate.
The ones that've got the actual toe.
Oh, they were so wacky.
I hate wet socks.
What?
There's nothing worse than when your socks are wet.
There are
if
worse.
you stand in tea I really don't think there is.
If you stand in tea...
Yeah.
I know you're tiny, Kelly, but even you would struggle to fit into a cup, wouldn't you?
Let's give it a go.
Today's show, Kelly Pets will be standing in a cup. Literally nothing in the show. This isn't like a cute little gag. There is nothing in the show. Our team yesterday looked and struggled to find. There's no news, and we kind of just said, well, if there's no news.
No news is good news.
No news is good news. It means everything is fine. Nobody is dying. All war has ended, and the election, it's gone away.
Wow.
It's gone away. We don't need to know any more about it. So we're just going to freestyle. And I tell you what we could get. Could you Stan Freberg died. Do you know who Stan Freberg is?
No.
Sorry?
Nope.
Dale!
Oh yeah, that guy.
Dale!
Yeah, I do know
Hey
that.
man, don't sing about spiders, man. I don't dig spiders. Can we play that? We might have it on. Is all aboard down here?
Oh no, I had all aboard, but I don't think I brought it in.
Did you nick it? Kelly
No,
Betts?
I didn't nick it. It was mine.
Kelly Betts, Stan Freberg, the Banana Boat song.
Sure.
Thank you very much indeed. He died.
Oh, I used that song a lot when I was.
It's a great song.
When I was nursing my youngest.
Why?
That was the only thing that would shut her up.
Dale!
Not that bit.
Dale!
I would sing the Hey Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. It's a really good song to rock babies to sleep with.
Hey man, you can't sing so loud, man. I mean, you're like, wow. I heard it the other day for the first time since I was about 7, and I was in fits. It's so good.
Too loud, man. Too loud.
Too loud, man. Hey man, don't sing about spiders, man. You know, like, oh, I don't dig spiders. And as a kid, it's a brilliant song. We'll have it in a bit. As a kid, I thought that was a real recording session. I thought, isn't it funny? I haven't heard that song in 35 years. And suddenly I had exactly the same imagery in my head of like a blissed out bongo player in this weird studio.
Doesn't he go out the window at one point?
I knocked myself out. Okay, go.
Like, wow, man. Yes, Kelly Betts.
When did he die?
About a week ago. Why?
Because in the podcast, as you will hear if you download it.
We don't mention Stan Freberg.
No, but you sing that song.
No!
Ian!
Oh, no!
Ian, this is the curse. You need to stop doing things.
I killed Stan Freberg.
It's true.
We're going to speak to Dealey in a bit. Dealey's been on top form. He's left his computer unlocked. That was a shame of Justin to do that.
It was silly.
It's a shame to do that. What have we sent Justin out on? We're going to go to the travel in a second. But what did we say?
Fake tan. Apparently fake tan. Everyone's forgetting about the fake tan. They're deciding that pale is best.
I felt bad because Justin came in He said, "What you got for us, boss?" He always says that. He calls us both bosses. Yeah. "What you got for us, boss?" And sometimes we'll have something for him. Sometimes we'll say, "We'll ride the news and see what happens in the first half hour."
Yeah.
And I went, "People don't like fake tans anymore." His face, because Justin is orange.
Yeah.
I mean, his skin is ginger, isn't it?
Yeah.
His face. What do you mean, boss? People don't like fake. What is this? He got quite upset and offended. But so we're going to hear from him in a few minutes. I'm expecting a very personal insight, and I'm expecting a journey.
Yeah. I don't know what Justin Dealey's original colour is.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
No problems reported out on the roads. On the trains, though, on London Midland, there's a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley. It's because a train's broken down, so some services are being cancelled and replaced by buses. On Virgin Trains East Coast, some disruption between Peterborough and Stevenage. That's because some overrunning engineering works, so trains might be delayed or cancelled at short notice. From Luton Airport, flights to and from France are expected to run as normal today. The industrial action planned by the air traffic controllers there has been cancelled. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you, man. I love it. Loving it, man. I don't know who that guy is, but I'm totally loving his style. He's got strong style, hasn't he?
There's something about Tom Watts.
You know there's something about you. My favourite joke that I made up that no one gets. There's a pop singer. There's a singer, Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Tom Waits for No Man.
Oh,
I did that. That's good, isn't it? It goes over the head of most people, I think. 6:16. These are your news headlines. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative Election Manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing, has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Friday, June the 5th is the first ever BBC Music Day, aiming to bring people together across the UK through their love of music. As part of the day, we're searching for local unsung heroes. Do you know someone who's giving a big musical contribution to their community? From supporting young musicians to leading a choir, anyone who's making a lasting difference in your area through music could be one of the 5 heroes chosen to receive a VIP invite to a major BBC music event. Nominations for the BBC Music Day Local Unsung Heroes close on April the 24th. To find out more, search online for BBC Music Day.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Wow, man, I'll have to ask you not to shout like that.
Well,
it's like right in my ear, man.
Well, it goes with the song.
Yeah, but don't holler in my ear,
well,
man.
it's authentic calypso.
Yeah, but like
shout.
why stand next to me, man?
Well, the shout go with the bongo drums.
Well, not my bongo drums, man. I mean, move away.
Well, I don't see why...
No. Stand over next to the guitar, man.
He sent me over here.
Yeah? Well, then sing soft, man. You know, I mean, like, wow.
Okay.
It's too loud, man.
Day.
That's better.
He's a day, 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 oh. Daylight come and me want go home.
Yeah, man.
Who work all night and a drink of rum. Daylight come and me want go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and we want go home. Lift 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight
too loud, man. Too loud.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight
my ears, like my ears. No, hold it, man. It's too shrill, man. It's too piercing.
Oh, well, I don't see why.
No, it's too piercing, man. It's too piercing.
Well, I got to do the shout.
No, man, it's too piercing. Like I don't dig loud noises.
Well, you ruined the whole
piercing
record is what you do.
Yeah, well, tough. I'll take my bongos and go, man, because the whole thing is like bugging me anyhow.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. I won't shout.
No, I'm cutting, man. Like I didn't want to make this gig in the first place.
No, wait a minute. I'll be soft.
Yeah? Well, then back off from me, man. It's too piercing.
Okay. How's this?
Too loud, man.
Okay.
Too loud, man. I can still hear you. Would you mind leaving the room?
Okay.
Okay.
Crazy.
Daylight come and me want go home. Daylight come and me want go home.
A beautiful bunch of ripe banana.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Hide the deadly black tarantula.
Daylight
Oh, man,
come
don't sing about spiders. I mean, ooh,
Well-
like I don't dig spiders.
Well, that's how the song goes. He goes,
Hide the deadly black tarantula.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Is that it? Can I leave now?
oh, not yet. We got a big finish.
Yeah, man.
I locked myself out.
Crazy.
I come through the window.
Daylight come and me want go.
Come on! Come on! That's I've got tingles down my spine. That's wonderful, isn't it? Got tingles down my spine. Oh yes. Justin.
Hey, boss.
Did you hear that?
A daylight come and I wanna go home. Great tune.
Isn't that a song,
Love it.
huh?
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it. We think we may have killed Stan Freberg, the gentleman who sang the Banana Boat Deo song.
All right.
With the curse of the show.
Oh, the curse of the programme. It's getting worse, isn't it? By a weekly basis.
We're immune to it. We've discovered that because we were really, saying Kelly Betts as much as we could last week. And Kelly, I think you're still alive.
Hello.
There we go, you see. So we are immune to it. That's great. We're protected by a force field. But if we mention other people, there's a strong chance they might die.
Yes. No names.
Justin, I'm really sorry, mate. You came in this morning. By the way, you know that coffee you made us?
Yeah.
Decaf.
What?
Decaf.
Yeah, I thought, where's he found that? And then I realised it's from my stash of Kath's Not Feeling Well coffee.
Oh, it tasted fine to me.
Decaf, mate.
Oh, okay.
Or as I like to call it, kids' coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want the hardcore material, yeah?
Mate, yes, of course I do. I want European strength.
Yes.
I don't like... And I've bought these for my kids, and it makes me puke. A baby chino. Can I get a baby chino, please? A baby chino. Do you mean frothy milk? Yeah, baby chino. And I've had baby chino, Justin. You go into like these fancy coffee shops.
Yeah.
And mummy and daddy will have a latte or a cappuccino, and then you have a baby chino. And what it is frothy milk, isn't it?
Yeah, but what it's also doing is getting your kid used to going into that shop and
Yes.
buying a coffee.
And also, have you had people come up to you and either give you a dirty look or say, why are you giving your kid coffee?
I've never given my kid a baby chino.
Oh, you're not middle class, are you?
No.
A baby chino, please. Can I have a baby chino?
Daylight come and I wanna go home.
All right, Justin, calm down. That was about 3 minutes ago we played that song.
Yeah, I'm still getting into it.
Flippin' heck. Justin, what have you taken on the streets today?
Daylight come and I wanna go home.
Mate, if you're going to be like that, we'll drop it.
So have you had filthy looks for giving your baby coffee?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I might do it just to try it
Yeah,
out.
I'll have a baby chino, please. Oh, for goodness sake, you middle class. Can I have a baby chino and then we're going to go and get some sushi for
Mate,
the baby?
I get filthy looks on the streets every single day. No coffee involved.
When you're a middle class and have lived in North London, of all places, you go to like kids. I don't do it now. You go to parties or something with all kids shows where there's an entertainer, and the entertainer will go, "Okay, kids. So what kind of thing might you have in a picnic?" Now, in my day, jam sandwiches,
sausage rolls, lemonade. Nowadays,
sushi, crab sticks,
olives,
hummus and pitta. you get 18-month-old kids going hummus and pitta. Disgusting.
But my youngest does quite like Amos and Peter.
They were good. What was their song? Anyway, Justin, I'm sorry, mate. When you came in, I gave you a punch to the stomach. And Justin came in, and I kind of slapped him in the face.
Yeah.
And do you know what he said?
Daylight come and I wanna go home.
Mate.
Felt good. It was like 50 Shades all over again.
Well, your 50 Shades.
Yeah.
Of
Catherine,
Cuprinol.
give him the story.
Fake tan mania. Fake tan mania looks like it's fading away. It had seemed fake tan was here to stay after becoming a beauty staple for many women and Justin Dealey, who wanted to emulate their favourite celebrities' bronzed looks. But their determination to achieve the perfect glow appears to be fading away in favour of adopting a lighter look. The number of bottles of fake tan sold not to Justin Dealey in 2014 fell by nearly a quarter. 21.4% from the year below, bringing the value of sales down by 19.3% to 14.5 million. I know why, Justin, because I've tried it. You know, I am so white, I'm virtually blue. If I do fake tan and I get even a tiny bit of a streak, you can see it a mile off, so it's just not worth it. But you've become the master over the years.
Well, I do like a bit of fake tan, I have to say, you know, but being a man admitted that live on radio, that's a big thing.
What's the secret to a streak-free tan, Justin?
Just spread it evenly, guys.
You go because I don't understand this well. You do you do it from a bottle? Do you do it from a sunbed, or do you go to a booth where they spray you?
I don't tend to do many sunbeds, to be fair, because they are bad for you. But no, I take it out of a bottle, I spread it evenly, and you know what? I don't see there's any issue with that. For me, it's a confidence thing. If I'm on the streets every single day, I'm meeting the people at Beds, Hearts and Bucks, I need to feel confident about myself. Fake tan makes me feel like a man.
How do you negotiate the tricky elbows and knee area and ankles? I mean, that's where people come a cropper, isn't it?
This is the great thing about being a guy. Obviously, most people aren't going to see my knees because I'm wearing jeans and I'm wearing a jacket. I'm not showing as much flesh as a lady, so I can get away with that.
Do you just do your wrists and feet then?
Sorry,
do you just do your wrists and feet? If we take your clothes off, have you got like a lighter coloured skin suit on?
Yeah, absolutely. My face and my neck and occasionally my hands. But apart from that, you aren't lucky enough to see the rest.
So it looks like a white wetsuit.
Although Catherine's felt the rest. Justin, you've taken it to the streets.
I have, but sales of fake tan are down. And boss, I tell you what.
Yes.
I've been on the streets early this morning, and here we have a radio first for me. Working in the business now for 20 years or so, I've never done this before. Here we have a street report, and on the streets this morning there was a busker. There was a busker on the streets of Luton.
6 in the morning?
At 6 in the morning. So here we have a mix of people's opinions on fake tan with a busker in between various voices. Are you ready for this?
Oh, boss, yes.
Here we go.
I mean, there's no need to go out like that. I mean, there is no need. There's sunbeds. If they want to get a colour, go and use the sunbeds. But some of them people that use the fake tan put too much on. They look a disgrace. They look terrible.
A disgrace?
A disgrace, yeah. They do it for us women, we're women. And I think they look sick. I think they look physically sick.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about because I come from Spain and I've just arrived here.
Are the ladies in Spain orange or pale?
Pale.
What do you think when you see women who look orange?
I just think, why? Like, obviously, yeah, sometimes it's good to have a natural glow, you know?
Yeah.
But I just sometimes think, why? Why must she look orange?
Well, I've got good news for you. Sales of fake tan have gone down.
Well, that's good.
Thanks very much.
Have they got something better to spend their money on?
Doesn't turn you on then?
No.
Well, my dad's really strict on fake tan, so he tells me if I look orange or not, and he tells me to go have a wash, so I think I get it right.
But on the whole, it's just a confidence thing for you. When you go out, when you socialise, if you feel more tanned, you feel more confident.
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm thinking... I mean, even the Beatles and Gary Barlow were unsigned once. That guy...
Oh, it was good.
It was good, wasn't he, Just?
Very,
Kelly,
very good, yeah.
BBC introduces Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Could there be a slot for that gentleman?
Busy.
Sorry?
Busy.
Week after?
Busy.
Week after?
Busy.
Wow, they're really busy. Week after?
But still busy.
OK, gosh. So nobody should send in their audio then, because you're busy.
bbc.co.uk/introducing space to
what's the
upload
point?
your original music.
Oh, she's getting She's poning him.
Oh,
No, I'm not.
So snooty.
I'm just saying.
You're so
Start somewhere.
It's got to start somewhere, Justin, isn't it? But where exactly was he starting this morning?
He was starting at Luton train station. Why he was there, I don't know, but he was there with his keyboard and he was banging out the tunes.
Do you know what? Fair play. You've got to respect that. Times are hard, but everyone's feeling the pinch.
Yeah.
He's got out. You know, all these people say, "Oh, a bit unemployed people. They're too lazy to." He's got up at the crack of dawn to go and sing to travellers. Good for him.
He was there at
Can we get him
5:45
in?
this morning.
I was
Can we
tempted.
go and get him?
I was tempted to, but I'm no.
You're busy now, are you?
I'm busy now. Justin, we'll speak to you about 10 to 7.
Yes.
Cheers.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Still looking good out there on the roads. On the trains, though, problems on London Midland. A reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley because of a broken down train. Now, looking on the departure boards, a few services have been cancelled. They'll be replaced by buses. On Virgin Trains East Coast, some disruption between Peterborough and Stevenage. That's because some engineering overran this morning, so some short notice delays or cancellations are possible there. And from Luton Airport, flights to and from France are running as normal today. The French air traffic control strike, which was due to happen, has been called off. I'm Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts, and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 6:30. I'm Simon Oxley. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. And a World War II notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua. Iain Bell led the recovery from 34 for 3 with 143.
It's nice. I mean, you want to score as many runs as you can for England. I love playing for England. You know, putting on the shirt in any format is what you always want to do. So to come out and score runs in a big test series for us, but on day one, when, like I said, there's a bit of nerves around, was just what I wanted to do.
In football, there are more key promotion matches for 4 of our sides tonight. In League One, third-placed MK Dons go to playoff hopefuls Fleetwood, with games running out in the bid to catch second-placed Preston and secure automatic promotion. Here's assistant manager Richie Barker.
Probably a draw might not do us any good either now. You know, we're in the playoffs, that's mathematically proven now, so we need to win the game as well. You know, I'm not going to say that we're going to throw it away if it's a draw, but we need to win the game as well, and so do they for two totally different reasons. So that should bode for a good football match.
In League 2, third-placed Wickham host Exeter. Stevenage are at home to managerless Portsmouth, with on-loan Keith Keane available after suspension. And Luton, who are running out of games as they chase a playoff place, go to John Still's former club Dagenham.
I'm delighted that they've pulled clear. I really am. I would have hated to have gone there with both teams desperate to do so. Professionally, it wouldn't have bothered me one iota, but personally, I wouldn't have wanted to have that situation.
And you can hear full commentary on MK Dons, Wickham, Stevenage and Luton in tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. And in the Premier League last night, Liverpool beat Newcastle 2-0 to leave Brendan Rodgers' side 4 points behind fourth-placed Manchester City in the chase for Champions League places. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 7.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can't tell you who to
With runners up.
I can't tell you who to sock it to.
With runners up.
It's your thing, girl. Do what you wanna do.
With runners up.
I can't tell you who to sock it to. I'm not trying to win your life. I know you wanna do what's right. I'll give your love, girl, to whoever you choose. How can you lose with the stuff you use now? It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing, girl. Do what you wanna do. Don't let me tell you who to sock it to. Let me hear you say it's my thing. I do what I wanna do.
Stag do's, hey? Great fun. I've never been on one.
What are you talking about?
Stag do's.
Why?
If you have a mate who's getting married, what better way to show you love him than like stripping him off, maybe shaving his private hair off, and making him sick on himself.
Yeah, that'll learn.
Or alternatively, sending him off in a taxi and not seeing him again for 20 hours. A dad missing for 20 hours on a stag do in Spain has been found after being dumped in the wrong place by a taxi driver. Mark Khan arrived at the British consulate in Barcelona yesterday after disappearing on Saturday night. He'd spent the last 20 hours walking after a taxi took him miles away from where he was staying.
He got dumped off 100 miles, it said in one of the papers.
Mark, who's 29 and a builder from Plymouth, Devon, was stranded without any money or a phone. Thanks, guys.
What?
Really good time.
I mean, I would be so angry, and I would phone those guys up and say, what did you do that for? Why did you leave me 100 miles? I thought we were mates.
Anna Harvey, the sister of Mark's partner Emma, said he's been out walking for about 20 hours. My sister's so relieved and the family are ecstatic. None of us thought we'd ever see him again. His friends are buying him a flight home so he can be back in time for his twins' first birthday. Oh, good one, guys.
I don't, yeah, okay, yeah.
Nice.
Kelly Betts, what happened to your dad?
He got cling film naked to a lamppost.
I mean, but where is
It was his stag, to be fair.
Well, but is that
fair?
That's sexual abuse.
Yeah.
My stag night, we went to a vegetarian restaurant on a bus, and then my friend had hired like a rehearsal studio. We brought loads of guitars and instruments, and we played John Denver songs.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Then we went and had sex with loads of prostitutes and took drugs. But
I was dressed as Wonder Woman.
I know.
Separate night.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought you... Ow!
Whoops.
Why would
I didn't want to do a hen night. You kind of get bullied into doing it. I didn't want to do one.
Why? I don't understand why you would do... someone's going to get married to the person they love, right? So why would you go and see lap dancers? Why would you go and... Surely you've
With
made...
your dad. That's the worst thing, because my husband went and he said, you know, at one point I sort of peered through this woman's legs and I could see my dad.
Hang on a minute. Why? What?
Not my dad, his dad.
Why were you at a lap dancing club?
No, I'm saying my husband said that he ended up with this thing. He went to someone else's stag do and this woman's gyrating. He looks across and he can see his dad.
Did he know his dad was in there?
Yeah.
Did his dad give her the thumbs up?
Probably.
By the way, you can call it. We've got literally no stories today, so you can call in about anything you want, and you can talk about the stuff we're talking about, or anything. What have we got on the whiteboard? Oh, this was from yesterday. Why were we talking about someone using a fish slice?
Oh yeah.
This is kitchen utensils, but used for other things.
Because someone was rescued from a lift with a fish slice.
Who?
The women of this radio station when they were doing dances in.
And then after the show.
Oh, yeah, I was in that lift.
It was you.
Yeah.
So what happened? How did a fish slice save you?
I didn't know that it did.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently the chef was trying to prise it open with a fish slice.
Okay. Then after the show, Catherine.
Yeah.
You said, I used a fish slice to put my pants on once.
No, not to put my pants on.
What, to do what?
When I lived in Spain, we had, those washing lines that go from house to house, and I was about 3 floors up.
Oh, yeah.
My pants were always falling into the neighbour's garden.
Hey, boily!
It got to the point where I'd come through the front door and I'd be walking up the corridor.
And your pants would just fall off?
No, this woman, an arm would come out from this woman's apartment and it would have like a pair of my knickers on the end of it.
Oy.
So I thought, enough of this humiliation. Next time they fall, I'm going to retrieve them.
Yeah.
So they fell. It was a windy day.
Of course. Was it, Catherine? What were you eating?
So I got a bit of string,
Yeah.
a fish slice, because it's the closest thing to a hook I could find.
What?
And there's me dangling out of this apartment window like this,
Yeah.
trying to kind of scoop them up. But the thing is, a weight. I needed a weight on the end of the hook, so I had to put some pegs on the end. Scoop them up. Didn't work.
When have you used kitchen utensils for other purposes than kitchenry?
I think she might have been in as well, so she would have seen this fish slice kind of be dangled down past her window.
08459 455 555 is the telephone number. Maybe we'll speak to you. Well, if we don't, it'll just be us wittering on again.
Well, I made some money and I'm feeling good. Sting, stang, sting, stang. Found a honey and I think she would. Sting, stang, sting, stang. Well, I'm moving up from a great big down. Sting, stang, sting, stang. And the way I feel like this sound. Sting, stang, sting, stang. I'm talking about sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. Yeah. Sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. Just the other day I was at the shack. Sting, stang, sting, stang. Checking the field, see who I bang. Sting, stang, sting, stang. I laid a bet and I topped my pen. Sting, stang, sting, stang. Say who's that leading at the very last bear? Sting, stang, sting, stang. I'm shouting out. Sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. Yeah. Sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. Don't bring me no Ferguson, I don't need sting, stang, sting, stang. 'Cause I feel better than a stinging bee. Sting, stang, sting, stang. I work the day and I love the night. Sting, stang, sting, stang. Everything's sting and stang, all right. Sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. Yeah. Sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang, sting, stang. I wanna talk about the way I feel, 'cause it's so real. Everything about it, I gotta let out. I've been moving up and down, but I've been looking around for the clouds to break and the tide to turn. I made some money, I found the honey, and I'm feeling funny for the very first time. I can't take it on the chin, 'cause the mood I'm in is a swinging one this time. Sting, 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 sting.
What's your beef, Bets?
What's that song called?
Sting Stang.
And what's the sting stang?
Listen. Here we go. You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Right, one thing I hate. Oh, he's still going. Sorry, I know. Okay. One thing... Thank you, Nicola. One thing I hate is... Two things... What are you doing?
I'm trying to stop a sneeze.
Fit that, mate.
Go on.
Let's do it in a second. Let's go to Patrick. Oh, blimey. Oh, hang on. Oh, shut up, Nick. Morning, Patrick. Are you under a waterfall?
Hello, over.
Yes.
Iain, I was listening. You were talking about stag doos and hen doos.
Yes, Patrick.
I was wondering if you've got like hens and cocks and peacocks and peahens. If you have a hen party, why is it called a cock party?
It's an excellent question, Patrick. I say excellent question. I'm lying. We'll do this in a second, but it combines two of my least favourite things: running, and charity people.
Oh.
Because
you surprised me. I thought everyone liked those guys.
Oh, you combine the two, and what have you got? Smug pie. That's what you've got. I'll do this.
Smunning.
Yeah, no, that's not rude.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the M1 going south, there's a lane blocked and queuing traffic now. A lorry and a car involved in an accident between junction 11 for Dunstable and 10 for Luton Airport. The M25 anti-clockwise, that's building up now between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. Also around from 17 for Maple Cross to 16 for the M40. The A1 coming south is slow between Holiday Inn and Stirling Corner. On the trains on London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley because of a breakdown, so some services are being cancelled and replaced by buses. On Virgin Trains East Coast, some overrunning engineering, so disruption between Peterborough and Stevenage. Tom Watts, Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. 6:45. It's Tuesday, the 14th of April. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million. Apparently there are 3 crying cacti in there. Let's get the weather!
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Yes, well, we've got some mist and some low cloud around, but that will clear away, and we are looking at plenty in the way of sunshine today. Feeling more like summer than spring, feeling very warm this afternoon. Temperatures could reach up to 23 degrees, that's 73 in Fahrenheit, a good 10 degrees above average for the time of year. It will remain dry and clear as we head through the night with light winds and under the clear skies, despite the clear skies still quite mild, so temperatures only dipping to 8 or 9 degrees, 46 in Fahrenheit. And then for tomorrow, another very warm, dry day with plenty in the way of sunshine and light winds. Perhaps a little cloudier by the afternoon, but still temperatures could reach 24, maybe 25 degrees, so very warm indeed. Becoming a bit cooler though for Thursday and for Friday. Still above average, 14, 15 degrees, more in the way of cloud around, still remaining dry with those light winds. And that's the trend really as we look ahead to the rest of the weekend ahead. So the best of the warmth today and tomorrow, and that's your forecast.
Thank you, Causa.
Roberto Perroni on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tip-top etiquette expert William Hanson, who is not a fan of politicians oversharing.
Oh, good afternoon, Roberto. I feel slightly nauseous after that music.
Every weekday from 3.
Let's talk to Harriet Harman, the leader of the Labour Party.
We've been in Bedford and Cambridge, and we've had very interesting discussions.
Let's talk cold callers. Do you have a tried and tested method of getting rid of cold callers?
You've got to make up a word before you go on the phone, and so you can fit that word in without them realising the most time.
Saying actually helps you feel calmer. Did you believe this, Sharon?
Definitely. And since I read that, I've been doing it and I'm well chilled.
Roberto Perroni, weekdays from 3 on BBC Three Counties Radio. Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the subject of... I don't know why he sends me these privately. Scott, I mean, obviously the really offensive ones continue to send privately. I'm building up a nice little file. But the ones that are... he's talked about secret socks,
yes.
The tiny socks. He says the very, very best secret sock wearers are the local hard men. Skinheads, 20 Stone, Ralph Lauren Polo, khaki shorts, Reeboks with these little socks. I like to imagine them sitting on the end of their bed, putting their tiny little socks on. That's what I like to imagine. And then he's mentioned about stags. Where is he? Where has he put this? I don't get... and I don't understand. Vegas is one of the most horrific places in the world. If there is, if hell on earth, Vegas is pretty close to it.
Think Blackpool with a bit more money.
Oh, but also it's weird because prostitution is legal there. So you get handed flyers for escorts, and you get buses go by that say, want a girl delivered to your room, then call this number. And the time I went there was for work, and it was, I wasn't enjoying the job. The whole thing was heartbreaking. And we stayed in this weird, one of the cheaper hotels that's made to look like a medieval castle.
Oh, Camelot.
Yeah, and it's weird. The only saving grace about Vegas was I went to see the Beatles show, Love, and it blew my mind. I was in tears watching it. The rest of it, it's awful. Oh, we went to Hooters. The one and only time I've been to Hooters, right? Hooters, it's basically big busted women in tight tops and tight little hot pants.
Serving beer.
I was the only one that got served by a bloke. I got served by a bloke in Hooters.
You got the heater. I went to Vegas and there were 4 of us girls in one room, right?
Yeah.
And we were off the...
That's what I paid for.
I think we might have been... I think we might have been a misplaced order. We were off the strip. We were staying in this thing called the Super 8 Motel.
All right.
I mean, it was grubby by even Vegas standards.
Yeah.
It felt like, in those American movies when they go on the run and they stay in motels and they all get, like, normally popped off one by one and not in a good way.
Did you get popped off?
Yeah.
Just
No,
now?
we didn't. We survived. But it was a grubby experience.
And the thing is, it's a really horrible heat. Because you're in the middle of the desert.
Also,
you're in the desert.
Apart from that main road, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is it. Yeah, there's that strip, and then there's where the people who work there live is out on the edge. Anyway, Scott says, I don't get people that go to Vegas. How can an entire group of friends all be able to go to Vegas for a stag do? I think he's jealous there because they've got money. That means they can afford to do that. Snuffers is on the line. Morning, Snuffers.
Morning, how are you?
I'm all right, fella. What you got?
It's just I hate stag do's. I really hate it. It all came from my own stag do. I thought it was absolutely awful.
What happened at yours that was so bad? What, you married your wife shortly after?
Yeah, no, I mean, that was the only saving grace of it, really. I mean, it was all my brother's fault, to be honest, but, I mean, he doesn't listen to this, so I can slag him off.
Snuffers, you sound right dour today. What's your beef, mate?
No, I'm fine. I got out of bed a bit late, so I'm just playing catch-up the rest of the day, really.
So what happened on your stag do that was so bad?
Well, basically, it was in Watford. That was the first problem, and we were playing football, and we were basically playing a game where if someone scored with their left foot, I had to take a piece of clothing off. And if I scored with my left foot, I could put a piece of clothing back on.
Flipping hell. Why do men, when they're getting married, want to celebrate taking their clothes off and flirting with homosexuality?
I don't know. One of the big questions of life.
Did you end up playing football naked, Snuffers?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the problems. I mean, we ended with a penalty shootout because they didn't think I was naked enough. And
that was one of the problems.
Penalty shootout? Tell me you weren't the goalie.
No, I was the goalie, and at this point I was kind of in my and my pants.
Yeah.
And also I was wearing a comedy high-vis vest and a cowboy hat.
Of course you were.
And then suddenly it was the case of, okay, the cowboy hat and the 2 goals were scored, so the high-vis vest and the cowboy hat came off.
Yeah.
And then another 2 goals were scored, so there I'm standing middle of Watford, absolutely stark naked. Finished the game, everyone's, how funny. I say, right, where's my clothes?
Oh, no.
Turns out my clothes have gone.
Oh, flipping heck.
All I'm given is a high-vis vest and a cowboy hat to walk back past all the football pitches into the changing rooms.
Yeah.
We get into the centre of the football place. What's happening? A children's birthday party.
Oh, no!
And
you're going to be on a list.
I know. And I work for a charity and everything. And I had a cowboy hat covering my bits and basically my high-vis vest covering my bum. And honestly, it was
put a high-vis vest over your bum so that people don't stare at it.
Yeah.
How do you... I mean, are you friends with your brother as a result? Because I would be furious if... And my friends would know not to try that with me.
I was livid. I was absolutely livid. I was just in a foul mood the rest of the day. And it was... Yeah. I mean, I got my brother back. I mean, there was no nakedness involved, but we basically we dressed him in 2 metal bins in the middle of a driving range.
Oh, what? And everyone shot golf balls at him?
And 5 golf balls at him.
Beautiful. Snuffers, you just made the podcast. I know that for a fact. Thank you, Snuffers. It's horrific. Is this why you're putting off getting married, just because you don't fancy the stag?
Well, I'm going on a stag do to a very classy location.
Okay.
In about 2 months, going to Benidorm with the boys. But Snuffers there, what's his beef? If you're going to go on to a stag do, what do you expect?
No, you expect your friends to... And by the way, and you can call him with your stories if you want. It's not just stag do's. Hen do's are just as... But the number of times I've been out, when I was a little bit more recognisable because I was doing stuff on TV, I'd be out, if there was a hen night and it would be fat, horrible women with tattooed legs and horny devil horns on and learner plates on and marital aids strapped to them. Oh, my mate has bet me a Bacardi Breezer that I can't get you in the toilet and give you a... I said, well, yeah, you're not gonna now. Jog on, love. And they want to latch on to you. I was like, right, we're going round. She's getting married, right, because she loves them so much. She's going to try and find out how many blokes she can snog in one night.
It was 4 weeks ago.
Disgusting.
I was in a bar 4 weeks ago.
Don't ever do it, Kelly. Don't ever do it.
Married.
Yes.
Lady comes up to me and says, hello there, dog. No, she says, hello.
Don't bring the show into it, we know that.
Don't bring the show into it. She said to me, we're on a hen do. OK, I'm getting married. Well, I presume you are getting married, as it's your hen do.
All right, mate,
and I need to get some underpants off somebody.
Oh.
Can I have your underpants? I said, you what, love? Can I have your underpants? I said, why would you want them? Oh, I've got to get 10 bits of clothing, and that's one of them. How tacky is
I
that?
have to do that.
I think I had to do a pole dance in the street on a like a bus stop or something.
That was yesterday, Catherine, and I bought you a cup of coffee, as I said I would. We got some texts in this. Iain, I got gaffer taped to a tree naked and buckets of cold water thrown over me in Hitchin Town Centre, says Peter. Richard and Flitwick came to Dunstable yesterday afternoon having an ice cream by Gary Cooper, your new home and children play area. Off-road motorcycle, no helmet, cut through at speed, just missing the kids and did a wheelie. I really look forward to seeing that when we go there. Justin, I guess you could take Stags to the street.
Yeah,
How do we
no
make
problem.
it a bit different, Catherine? Put a spin on it.
Stags, harmless fun.
Hello,
Or show is no.
Show us your bum. I don't know.
Too much bum or harmless fun.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Justin, we'll speak to you in a bit later on.
Yeah.
Because we're going to play What's the Story Morning Glory as well.
Oh, excellent.
We'll play that a bit later.
OK, mate.
Cheers, my dear. See you
Talk to
later.
you later.
Ta-ta. He's going to be working hard this morning. So, this is what I don't like. Runners and charity workers, and you combine it, and this lot deserve everything they got.
Yeah, you don't like them because they're fit and also good members of society.
Well, oxymoron. Fun runners. Oh, by the way, Phil says, I like having the text in front of me. This is great.
Yeah, well...
My stag night involved a pub crawl in Camden and Kentish Town. I know all of those boozers, Phil. The subsequent divorce celebration 21 years later lasted 4 days.
Oh, I bet it did.
That's what we can do. Spin it. How did you celebrate your divorce?
You can get cards now and everything.
How did you celebrate your divorce? Charity fun runners who had trained for a 10-kilometre event were left exhausted after a mix-up sent them on a detour that added 3 kilometres to their route. Serves them right.
They want the sad trombone for that.
The blunder is thought to have been caused by a marshal at a junction who took a toilet break instead of directing runners and left hundreds to go the wrong way. So instead of standing going, up there, up that way, no, up that way, carry on.
He literally had one job.
Some 300 continued past the unmanned checkpoint and ran nearly 2 extra miles. Many were said to have been walking at the end, with some in tears. The rest of the 900 competitors raising money for the British Heart Foundation followed the right route. Bournemouth Borough Council, which organised the fun run, apologised. Some were in tears. I don't get... Sometimes we get up early on a Sunday and we take the kids out for a walk through the woods or something, 'cause if the weather's not... And there are people there running, and there are mums running with, like, sports buggies pushing their baby. Oh, it's horrible. I hate it.
I can't run. I can only run if I'm late for something or someone's chasing me.
We do that funny run across the road. If we're going across the road and a car comes, you kind of do a bit of a jog, but it's not actually moving any faster, and then you stop, you carry on walking.
You're doing the running arms, but your legs are going in the normal...
08459 455 555.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Queuing traffic on the M1 going south. There's a lane closed because of an accident between junction 11 for Dunstable and 10 for Luton Airport. The M25 going anti-clockwise. That's heavy from junction 21 for the M1 around to 19 for Watford. Also building up from 17 at Maple Cross to 15 for the M4. The A5 going south, that's slow between Lynch Hill and the M1 at Redbourne. Boreham Wood on the A1 going south, they're queuing between Holiday Inn and Stirling Corner. On the trains, London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley because of a broken down train earlier. Some cancellations. And the Circle Line suspended. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. So your stag and hen do nightmares. Also, how did you celebrate the end of the relationship? 08459 455 555.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Cameron launches election manifesto today. More legal action over St Albans rail freight plans. And Bletchley Park notebook sells for over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. Mr Cameron will say the Tories are the party of working people, as Carol Walker reports.
David Cameron will say the Conservatives have dreamed of building a property-owning democracy for generations. He'll say a future Conservative government would extend the right to buy scheme, which was hugely popular when it was first launched by Margaret Thatcher in 1980. The Tory manifesto will include a plan to give 1.3 million housing association tenants the chance to buy their homes at a discount of at least 35%. It will be paid for by requiring councils to sell off their most expensive properties when tenants move and replace them with affordable homes.
St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. The council is opposing development of the former Radlett Aerodrome site in Park Street. The internet watchdog, the IWF, has warned that easily accessible photo-sharing websites are being used to distribute large numbers of images of child abuse. The sites are meant for people's holiday and family photos. 15 firefighters were called to a blaze at a warehouse in Milton Keynes last night after a forklift truck caught fire. The incident in Brandsworth Avenue in Brinklow happened just after 8 p.m. A notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing is sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million. The handwritten notes date from 1942, when Turing worked on deconstructing the German Enigma code. Regina Vadianathan reports.
It took just 2 minutes of bidding for the 56-page notebook to go under the hammer for more than $1 million. Described by auctioneers as an insight into the work of a genius, it contains the detailed mathematical and computer science notes of Alan Turing and is believed to be the only extensive manuscript of his work to exist. Turing left the notebook to a friend after he died in 1954. It's unclear who bought the manuscript, but many hope its new owner will put it on public display.
The contract to build the so-called Woodside Link Road in Bedfordshire has been awarded to Balfour Beatty. The road will link Hatton Regis and Dunstable to the new junction 11A of the M1, joining the A5-M1 link, which is already being built. The Woodside Link is scheduled to open in the autumn of 2016. In sport, England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua, with Ian Bell top scoring with 143. And there are matches tonight for MK Dons at Fleetwood, Wickham at home to Exeter, Stevenage at home to Portsmouth and Luton away to Dagenham. The weather: cloud clearing to leave a warm and sunny day, a maximum temperature today 23 degrees Celsius, and you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Thank you, Simon. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Let's not mess around. Let's get straight into it.
Across beds, hearts and
Let's get straight into
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
No news. Not necessarily good news for you, dear listener. Good news for Catherine and myself. Catherine's in my studio.
Yeah.
We are unshackled by the bounds of news today. There's just no news, so we decided...
So we didn't want to make any up, so...
No, it was either not do the show, make up news stories, or come in and just mess around.
And they wouldn't let us not do the show.
No, we checked. Trust me. Boy, oh boy, we checked.
First person to resist a Madonna kiss, or rather not like one.
Oh, this is weird. I don't know who Drake is. I thought it was Nick Drake.
No. He's a Doing It Wrong singer, Drake.
I don't know what that means.
Sings something called Doing It Wrong.
Doing it wrong, you don't put it there. You put it there. That's where you put it.
Yeah, it's like you've heard it.
Okay.
Everyone knows there are certain rules in life, okay?
Yes.
If you're at the dinner table, you don't eat with your mouth full.
Sorry?
Sorry, you don't speak with your
You
mouth
don't
full.
eat with your mouth full? No wonder your kids are so thin. Poor kids.
You don't speak with your mouth
Bless
full.
them. Let them eat with their mouth full.
If someone waves you through at the lights, you go across their knees to chest. These are rules.
I've got literally no idea what you're talking about. You go across their knees to chest.
Sorry, I need a Beecham's, like, now.
Stephanie, what does that mean? You go across
And if Madonna
No. If
Right,
someone beckons
waves you across the lights...
you go across their knees
as
to
a
chest.
pedestrian, you know, don't dawdle, knees to chest.
What does that mean?
You know, like this.
Flip, how much medication have you taken?
Not enough.
You're only supposed to take night nurse when you go to bed.
And if Madonna kisses you, you're grateful.
You marry her.
And
you
you'll
adopt an African child.
You'll probably sell some more records.
Yeah.
That's the way it's done.
Yeah.
Madonna might be one of the most successful pop stars of all time, but not everyone looks pleased to be embraced by the Queen of Pop. That's no embrace. She is sucking his face.
Yeah.
Just weeks after her ungraceful tumble at the Brit Awards, she fell over. Or did she?
Yeah, she did. I saw it.
She was in the limelight again, this time for stealing a kiss from a man young enough to be her son. Well, she does it in private, why not on stage?
Yeah.
The Material Girl, 56, in case you're wondering, planted a passionate peck, wasn't a peck, on the lips of Doing It Wrong singer Drake.
She did what we used to call at school a French kiss, or to break that down for you guys, a kiss with tongues. Ugh.
But it looked a bit more like that scene in Alien.
Yeah. But
he did a face afterwards, like the face that kids do when their auntie kisses them. That and he actually he clutches at his mouth as if he's had the most disgusting thing ever pushed in there.
Fair play. She might have done a little spit in there, or she might have had. She might have done it. She might have. This is what I think happened. She's getting on a bit. She's nervous going on stage after that fall. Okay. Nerves. She's anxious. Her stomach's going. She feels it rising. We've all been in a position where we feel we're going to be sick. She can't be sick on stage.
Oh, stop it. It's 7:05.
Weeks after tumbling off at the Brits, she's got to get rid of it somewhere. Drake, depository. That's all I'm saying. And that's why he looks like he's going to be sick, because, well...
Do we do worse kisses?
Always do worse kisses, yeah. But did he know it was going to happen? Because if it was choreographed, then...
I think if you're getting on the stage with Madonna,
No.
you can pretty much be sure it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, OK, she's like 40 years younger than him.
Older.
That's older than him. That's like if I got on a stage with, I don't know, who's quite young here? Alice Glossop.
Yeah.
Right. So me and Alice Glossop are doing the BBC Three Counties Children in Need appeal, right? And me and Alice get on, and I just walk over to her and I French kiss her with tongues, and we haven't rehearsed it. We haven't.
Yeah, but
then she would be in her right to mime being sick and to launch a formal complaint.
But last time I checked, like, showing your crotch and French kissing people wasn't part of your act. It's all of Madonna's act.
But still, that's... No. That's...
All right, sometimes she sings a bit in between.
Have we learnt nothing from many of the high-profile cases? One I really want to mention, but I can't quite remember how it ended up, so I won't.
Yeah.
That you can't go around doing that kind of stuff. She's out of order.
But that's what Madonna does.
No! Her new song's all right, actually.
Is it?
Sorry?
Is it, though?
Yeah, it's all right. I quite like it. I tell you what, I like that new Chic song.
I do.
It sounds like old Chic.
Yeah.
It's new Chic sounds like old Chic.
Yeah, it's
Chic to Chic, isn't it?
Should we play a song now?
No. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Why, you ran out of stuff to say?
Yeah.
I'm just warming up. Yeah, good idea. I was running up, Steve.
You're sweeter than the honey that the bees make. So, sister, you're brown sugar. Sweeter than the icing on the best cake. So, sister, you're brown sugar. I was in the dark, but now I see what was always in front of me. I was always proud, but now I'm saying it loud. Keep on giving it to me. Love and affection to the bone, to the bone. So, sister, you're brown sugar. Keep on socking it to me all night long. So, sister, you're brown sugar. the bone, to the bone. Soul sister, your brown sugar. Keep on sucking it to me all night long. Soul sister, your brown sugar. Girl, you're always out there with your man. It's about time he took your hand. I wanna show you 'cause I can't stand the blow. Keep on giving it to me. Keep on giving me brown sugar. Got to have it. I just got to have brown sugar. You know what, baby?
Okay, we've come up with the best phone-in ever, I think. If Madonna snogged you, which Madonna would you be thinking of? I would be thinking of, and we've just confirmed this, I would be thinking of In Bed with Madonna.
Yes.
Where she had, like, she was cute, she had kind of short curly hair, and I think she had the pointy breasticles.
I thought that was more long hair. Oh, no, yeah, because it was a hairpiece, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the Madonna I'd be thinking. Who would you go for? Like a Virgin Madonna?
So many to choose from. Let me just...
08459 455 555. You can text 813.
I quite like Ray of Light Madonna.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I like... I could think of La Isla Bonita.
I've got that dress.
Wowzers. Good morning, says Graham in Bedford. I have been a best man 5 times and organised all the stag parties. Always put thought into it, and I don't understand the mindless stuff that happens. One time I convinced the groom we were to play in a cricket match. He appeared in the hotel lobby dressed in full cricket whites, only to see... This is quite nice. Only to see us dressed in army camouflage, and we took him paintballing. That's quite a nice one. So he's dressed completely in white, and he's getting paintballed. From Graham. P.S. I, though, have never been married. That's a good one. That's kind of a fun prank.
Exactly. It's not...
There's no
nudity. There's an element of cruelty there, because paintballs hurt.
There's no sexual humiliation. I'd love to go paintballing. It's kind of... We've kind of missed the paintball. I used to love Quasar.
I love Quasar.
Serious fun with a laser gun. Quasar.
Dry ice.
Whoa.
Oh.
We once went, me and my mates, my mate Conan and loads of other mates, we were at college, we were 21, we went in North London, it was in Turnpike Lane, and it's now an Indian cinema, or it was, I think it's probably a Pentecostal church now. Thank you, Kelly, and we turned up, right, and we didn't have quite enough to take a full game, so we had to split the game with someone.
Yeah.
12-year-old's birthday party. So it was brilliant. Honestly, it was the most fun. It was us, a load of blokes in our early 20s. I think we were probably drunk or something. Versus a load of 12-year-olds.
Who won?
The kids. But we were you're allowed to take your own music. And we had, I think, like, the Star Wars music. It was flipping brilliant. They wouldn't allow that now, a load of 20-year-olds to shoot guns at kids. They wouldn't. Political wrongness gone correct. Political madness. Oh, what is it?
I think it's just gone politically correct.
That's the one. That's the one. By the way...
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you too.
We also want your divorce celebrations as well.
Yeah,
because sometimes it's the end of the relationship that's the one that you want to party about. 08459 455 555.
Jill, who's a regular contributor to the show, when my hubby heard which Madonna would it be, he said, the fallen Madonna with the big boobies. that was Madonna at the Brits, wasn't it? Oh!
Oh, that's a good one.
Phil says, I would think of Justin in a comb bra. If that doesn't kill the moment, nothing will.
I don't think we're trying to kill the moment.
08459 455 555. Kelly, if you had to snog Madonna, which Madonna would you be thinking of?
1980s.
So, like a Virgin stuff?
Yeah.
That was kind of... she was dressed in
she used to smoke then.
She was dressed in a lace curtain, wasn't she? On a boat.
Highly flammable.
Yeah.
I quite like the blonde ambition thing. I think I'm there.
08459 455 555 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Grand find. Oh, we'll do it in a minute. Look, blimey, we thought we wouldn't fill the show. I've got more stuff than we need for the show. We'll do this in a minute. We'll play Truth or Dare. Most of you guys won't know what that is. Not Truth or Dare, that's the Madonna film. We'll play What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Yes.
Most of you won't know this because you don't listen to the great lost first hour of the show. 08459 455 555. Or you can text 81333. Start your text 3CR. Let's get the trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
On the M1 going south between junction 11 for Dunstable and 10 for Luton Airport, still a lane closed because of an accident, queuing traffic from Toddington services. On the M25 anti-clockwise, it's heavy between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. Also between 17 for Maple Cross and 16 for the M40. In Cheshunt going south on the A10, that's building up between the Great Cambridge Road at Turnford and the M25 at Enfield. Also on the A1 at Borehamwood going south, queuing into Holiday Inn from and Stirling Corner. On London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley, and the Circle Line is suspended because of a signal failure. I'm Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. 7:15. It's Tuesday, the 14th of April. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative Election Manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against the planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio. Every weekday morning.
Coming up at 9 on the Big Phone In this morning, is it a good idea to make jobless teenagers work for their benefits?
How would you like this country to stand up to President Putin? Are you surprised to see British people being blatantly racist?
The JVS Show.
I think we've got to get over this issue about racism doesn't exist. It has existed. It will probably carry on existing.
What I wanted to say is they've got this completely the wrong way round.
You know, that is also true. That is also true.
You will always get some, but they are such a minority.
Oh, the man's a buffoon.
Get him up, get him out of bed, give him a sense of purpose.
The JVS Show.
Do you think we have got to, as a country, start taking this issue more seriously?
Every weekday morning on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Are also asking, when have you used kitchen utensils? Kitchen utensils for a purpose other than what they were intended?
Yeah.
David says on Twitter, I used 2 fish slices as tyre levers to change a bike tyre before. You should be using teaspoons. Teaspoons to take tyres off. Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah.
Little teaspoons. And Claire says, I'd go for the Evita Madonna.
No one goes for the Evita Madonna.
She likes the old-fashioned look.
She's too buttoned up.
Dr. Watts!
Yes?
What you got for us, boss?
Good morning. It's got to be tablespoons, number one, for tyres.
Yeah, tablespoons. Yeah, that's what I meant, not teaspoons. Thank you, Dr. Watts. Hey, I found a new spoon in my drawer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a dessert spoon, but it's massive.
Oh.
But it's not too big that you would use it to scoop food out of a bowl to put on a plate. It's not like a ladle or something. It's like a big dessert spoon. I've never noticed this before.
I've got my great-grandmother's spoon.
Oh, what?
And it used to be plated, but now it's gone all, like, rough and it's a bit bent and it's got a bit
Oh, don't be so rude about your great-grandmother.
It's her spoon.
Why have you got her spoon?
I don't know. I didn't realise it was her spoon. I've been using it to open paint tins with and stuff. Now I'm a bit more reverential.
When you open paint tins with it, do you feel closer to her?
Yeah, it's what she would have done.
Yeah, she's looking over your shoulder.
She was a single woman at the time when you didn't bring up kids on your own.
Wow.
She was a hard.
Something to be proud of, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Watts.
Yes, mate. And I've got to say, Papa don't preach, Madonna.
I don't know. I don't remember that, Madonna. Let me have a little look. Papa
don't preach.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Come on. Papa don't preach. All right, mate. Papa don't. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's the Blonde Ambition.
Yeah,
Madonna.
the little beauty
She's winning.
spot. Yeah, yeah.
The Marilyn Madonna.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair play, fair play. Is that it?
It's the Pixie Cup that does it, I think.
Yeah, yeah. She was, and people forget. And I don't care if she wants to dress like an old prostitute. She's more than welcome. Couldn't care less. But people forget.
Done all right out of it, isn't she?
Well, exactly. Cher. People forget that she was a true icon of the 80s.
And Cher has shown us how far you can go with a neck curtain and a sequin.
Anything else, Dr. Watts?
No, that's it, mate.
Cheers, my dears. Have a good day. Let's go to Philip in South Norwood. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Catherine.
Hi, Philip.
I want to meet Madonna.
Oh.
I don't want to kiss her. I want to play baseball with her.
Excusez-moi. You want to get to... Hang on a minute. Is this... You want to get to second base with her?
Oh, well, yeah. I love her in that film, A League of Their Own, and I just love to play a game of baseball.
Oh.
We got a big baseball field up near where I live.
What, you live in America? You live in South Norwood, mate?
Teams in Croydon, Ian, and we've got a council... pitch. It's laid out. It's a round shore in Croydon, and all the teams come from Europe later on in the season and play there, and it's fantastic.
Because if you build it, they will come.
Well, that's what they say. Can I say one other thing?
I bet it's going to be quite boring.
No, it's quite interesting.
Oh, go on then.
If any of your listeners are in London on Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
He's going to plug another radio station.
I know you. We're all friends, aren't we? All in the radio station.
Not with BBC London. They said they'd give me a job and they didn't.
Oh well, you come down Thursday with your dog outside Broadcasting House.
Philip, say hello to Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello then, Philip.
How are you?
Well, I was going to say something rude then, but no, I won't.
Oh, have you got a dog, Dennis?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, anyway, tell your friends, come down to Broadcasting House Thursday, 3 o'clock. We're doing the dog show live outside Broadcasting House.
I've got to bring a dog, have I?
Well, no, you can come down yourself and see the show.
Right, I'm a dog anyway. So.
Yeah. Anyway, Ian, tell all your listeners, bring your dogs.
Bring your dogs, right.
Bring your dogs.
Bring your dogs.
Yes.
OK. All my listeners, please bring your dogs. Madonna. Oh, dear God. Where did you get that? Where do you go on that silly old cow about?
Who?
Madonna.
Oh, Madonna, yeah, she was great in that film, wasn't she? A League of Their Own.
I don't know, no.
Have you ever seen it? Gina Davis. It's a film about in America, when the men went out to war,
yes,
the women played baseball. They took over all the baseball games, you see.
Yeah.
It's the story of what happened when the women's leagues formed in America. It's a brilliant film. I think it's one of the Tom Hanks is in it. He plays the drunken coach.
Well, that's fine, but Madonna's never rung my bell.
Oh, no, she ain't rung my bell either. My door knocker either, no. But, I think, she's done some good stuff, but, not always.
No, she copies people, that's a problem. I fell down the stairs when I went out with the people from 3 counties.
Yeah.
She copied me a week later.
Did she?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. Was it on the news? I didn't hear that.
No, she fell on the backside at the award
she
thing.
did. Yes, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, well, I'd shown her how to do it the week before.
Oh, what, you were a stuntman?
No, I wasn't a stunt. Iain were helping me down the stairs after seeing the show, after seeing 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, right, yes.
And I'm such a staggering old devil now.
Because they're doing a sequel.
Fell over backwards.
They're going to make a sequel to 50 Shades of Grey down my local B&Q.
Well, might as well, because that first lot was absolute rubbish.
Yeah,
There was more, that red room where all this stuff was, there was no more exciting than my garage.
Oh, well, it'll be best to film the sequel of your garage. Anyway, I've got to go to somebody at the front door.
There's a man who plays the game of life so well. Ooh, there's such a man. His thoughts you can never tell. Ooh, and it's just the way he thought it would be. 'Cause the day has come for him to be free. Then he laughs, he kicks, then rolls up his sleeves. I'm alive and I'm here forever. This is the man. I'm alive and I'm here
Now, see, I like this song. This is one of the records I liberated from the basement, from Pipes of Peace. I'd never heard this song.
This is when those guys were still talking.
Hey! Well, one of them can't, mate, and the other one's dead. Huh?
Hey?
McCartney and Jackson. Yeah. Track 1, side 2, Pipes of Peace, The Man. I like that. It's cheesy, but it's good. We've got some texts, loads of different stuff. Anonymous says, I'll have Get Into the Groove, Madonna, please. We're not giving them away.
It's the one you would think of if he was snogging you.
We're giving them away. You can claim... we're giving them away. That's what we'll do. We're giving them away, Kelly. If anyone wants to claim their Madonna, then put them straight through.
It's going to be a fight over the Blonde Ambition
We
Madonna.
are giving away Madonnas. And Anonymous, I'm afraid you can't have Get Into the Groove, Madonna, because we don't know who you are, I'm afraid. Math says, Morning, Math. I once had to use a fish slice in a slightly different manner. It was still for a fish, but not in a culinary way.
Oh.
It was to scrape a dead goldfish off the skirting board after it suicidally leapt from its bowl and fell behind the unit.
They do that.
But to use a fish slice, Math, that's so disrespectful. That's like scraping up a dead person with a man slice. Can't think of an equivalent.
You just made me think of something I've regretted over the last couple of days.
Man slice?
No.
Leaving a dead body behind?
Yes.
Where?
I went to the doctor's. Took my
mate, I'm so sorry.
3-year-old for her injections on Friday.
Yep.
Didn't tell her till we got into the doctor's.
Yes!
And then I said it would just be like Dr. Range.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was a bit more painful than that. Anyway, but while we were sitting there, I said, let's distract her. We'll sit near the fish tank.
Yeah.
I noticed about 3 dead ones.
Fish are so difficult to look after.
I was so busy distracting her with the fish and trying her not to see the floaty ones that I forgot to tell the receptionist. And now I'm thinking it's my fault that those fish were there. She could have saved them.
Oh, fish are weird pets. They're so hard to keep hold of.
Like bars of soap.
Linda, she's yours. The hunting, fishing, shooting, lady of the manor, English accent, Madonna. Linda, she's yours. We are, of course, why did we not think of this 2.5 years ago when I started this gig? 2.5 years.
Where did they go?
Down the pan. We are giving away Madonnas. Call in and claim your Madonna. 08459 455 555.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Still issues on the M1 going south, the lane closed and queuing traffic between junction 11 for Dunstable and 10 for Luton Airport. You'll find congestion from Toddington services. The M25 anti-clockwise busy between junction 21 for the M1 around to 19 for Watford and 17 at Maple Cross to 16 for the M40. The A5 going south is slow between Lynch Hill and Redbourne. And Borehamwood, the A1 southbound, queuing traffic there between the Holiday Inn and Stirling Corner. On London Midland, still a reduced service because of a broken down train between Bedford and Bletchley. Some services replaced by buses. In London, the Circle District and Hammersmith and City lines all showing severe delays because of a signal failure. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7:30. I'm Simon Oxley. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with the promise to extend the right to buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. And a World War II notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua. Iain Bell led the recovery from 34 for 3 with 143.
It's nice. I mean, you want to score as many runs as you can for England. I love playing for England. You know, putting on the shirt in any format is what you always want to do. So to come out and score runs in a big test series for us, but on day one, when, like I said, there's a bit of nerves around, was just what I wanted to do.
In football, there are more key promotion matches for 4 of our sides tonight. In League One, third-placed MK Dons go to playoff hopefuls Fleetwood. Samir Carruthers is suspended, with the Dons awaiting news on skipper Dean Lewington's scan following a knee injury. In League Two, third-placed Wickham host Exeter. Stevenage in the playoff places are at home to managerless Portsmouth. Here's the Borough boss, Graham Westley.
Well, every game is big in a season. The opening day day here against Hartlepool was a big game. It's 3 points, and every 3 points needs winning. You've got to work really hard to bank the points, to earn the right to the points, and we'll have to go to work again on Tuesday, and it's not going to be easy, but it's back-to-back home games, which is far better than playing back-to-back away games.
And Luton, who are running out of games as they chase a playoff place, go to John Still's former club Dagenham.
I'm looking forward to going back. I've been back to watch games, but so many friends there, on and off the pitch. It's not a fixture that I'd pick, but there's only one aim, obviously, to win, to try and win as we did at home, play the best we can and take whatever we can from the game, hopefully 3 points.
And you can hear full commentary on MK Dons, Wickham, Stevenage and Luton in tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. And in the Premier League last night, Liverpool beat Newcastle 2-0 to leave Brendan Rodgers' side 4 points behind fourth place Manchester City in the chase for Champions League places. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 8.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hey, Justin.
Giza.
Did you see, you may not have seen this, I was involved last night in a little Twitter conversation with rock stars.
Yeah, I was going to bring this up, actually.
Yes, mate.
Because, I'll tell you what, you tell your story first, and then I'm going to hit you with some hardcore Ev.
Oh, blimey. All right, so David Crosby, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Crosby and Nash, Crosby...
Stills and Nash.
I've made myself laugh. And the Birds. He's nuts, right? He's brilliant. And if I don't know if there are any other celebrities that do this just when they're bored. You get celebrities who've got a new album coming out. Do you know of any other celebrities, Kales, that do this? When they've got an album coming out, they'll have a hashtag Ask Mick Jagger or hashtag Ask Liam from One Direction. And you ask them questions and they'll answer it. Yeah. Or their PR
Yoko does it every Friday.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. OK. Well, David Crosby, when he's bored... he'll just answer questions. And people send them music. What do you think of my music? I go, rubbish. What is this song about? Why did you write this song? What drugs did you take? He'll answer nearly all of them. And he's answered loads of my questions. Answered the question about Mama Cass the other day. What was Mama Cass like? And last night I asked...
What was
she like? Strung out, talented, beautiful, funny, lonely. Oh. Yeah, I know.
What we thought.
It gives you stuff like that, and it's brilliant. It's so much fun, right? So last night I asked him. He used to do a lot of drugs. He's famous. Became a drug addict. His first autobiography is incredible. He became addicted to crack, and to try and save him, of course they were enabling him. Nash and Stills, during their concerts, they would do solo songs so that he could go off and smoke crack. He would go off, and then it ended with a really famous car chase where he was being chased by the police off his face, and he had a really sad story, really tragic story. But I asked him last night who was the best person to take acid with, which is, the hallucinogenic drug they took in the 60s, and he went, Roger McGuinn, the lead singer of the Byrds. Right? Then suddenly, Roger McGuinn messages him and me saying, hey, David, do you remember this trip? And they got a picture of this building from the 60s. And David Crosby goes, yeah, I remember sitting up on the roof with you. And Roger then replies, yeah, you told me to stop smoking, and I did stop. I'm in the middle of a conversation between Roger McGuinn of the Byrds and David Crosby of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Crosby and Nash, Crosby and the Byrds.
You were like Scylla. You'd brought them together.
It was amazing, and I'm sat there going, this is the coolest thing ever. This is the coolest thing ever. Two rock heroes are having a little reminisce about when they took LSD because of me.
It's quality.
Give us the hard Ev, Just.
OK, last week we had a conversation about great bands from the 1960s. I put forward the Byrds, and you said no, they were rubbish.
Yeah, I did, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there you were last night saying, look at me with Roger.
Yeah. I'm not denying that the Byrds are rubbish. In fact, I sent him a DM saying, Roger, I'll be honest, mate, the Byrds are a little bit pony.
Did you start it with good story, by the way?
Yeah. Great story, guys. I've just got to say that the Byrds are a little bit rubbish. And he said, yeah, thanks for the feedback, man. I really appreciate it.
But is this something to do? Now, you mentioned the curse of the programme about people dying when you mentioned them.
Oh, gosh, not Roger McGuinn and David Crosby.
Stop mentioning them.
Not Roger, but we mentioned Roger last week and the band and his music. I said they were great. You said they were rubbish. A week later, Special Powers, you're having a conversation out of nowhere with Roger.
There could be something in that.
Yep.
They've got a handful of good songs. Can I play one for you now, Justin?
Of course you can, yeah.
Have some of this.
Crimson flames tap through my ears, flowing high and mighty traps. Countless fire and flaming road, using ideas as my maps. We'll meet on edges soon, said I, proud neath heated brow. Ah, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Half-right prejudice, leap forth, rip down all hate I scream. Lies that life is black and white, spoke from my skull I dream. Romantic flanks of musketeers, foundation deep somehow. Oh, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. In a soldier's stance, I aim my hand at the mongrel dogs who teach, fearing not I'd become my enemy in the instant that I preach. Sisters fled by confusion boats, mutiny from stern to bow. Ah, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Ah, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. My guard stood hard when abstract threats, too noble to neglect, deceived me into thinking I had something to protect. Good and bad, I define these terms, quite clear, no doubt, somehow. Ah, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now.
There we go. There we go.
Stunning.
I may have to reevaluate the Bird's back catalogue now that I'm best friends with Roger McGuinn. Kelly, you typed something on the screen, but I've lost the ability to write, so you're going to have to say it.
To write?
Yeah. To write you an email saying that I can't be bothered to read that.
All the music that is played on Iain Lee's show goes onto his iPlayer page, so you can have a listen.
I don't know what the iPlayer... I genuinely don't know. What
But you know the sad thing about that is that you won't hear the vinyl, because this is mostly vinyl this morning.
It's pretty much all vinyl today, apart from Stan Freeberg. It's good. Now, why did we send Justin out on Stags? What was the story, Kath?
Because someone got driven off in a taxi in Spain and ended up 20 hours later stumbling to the British consulate in Barcelona, having been lost. He'd gone 100 miles. Thanks a bunch, guys. So we're talking about stag, the horror that is the stag. But we're also asking you about your divorce celebrations, because people do that these days too. But Justin, you've been out on the streets talking about stags exclusively, haven't you?
Yeah, exclusively, absolutely. I think the question was, which you set me earlier on, stag do's, harmless fun or too much bum? So we've been asking that question this morning, and also for people's stories of what can potentially go wrong at these stag do's. It seems like everybody this morning has got a story. Here's what happened.
Taking it to the streets with J-Dog.
Sir, stag do's, harmless fun or too much bum?
It's too much bum.
That's great feedback. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, I went out on somebody else's stag do, had a good night, don't remember a lot about it, and then I woke up and I thought, well, where's this house? I don't recognise this. And I was laying on a settee in somebody's house.
Whose house?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I just literally got up and walked out, and then I didn't even know where I was. And I eventually found my way home.
So you could have been in the home of a murderer. Still to this day, you don't know whose home that was.
No, that's right.
What about your mates? Where were they?
I don't know. No, but I just literally got up and tried to find me whereabouts and eventually did. And I still to this day can't even remember where that place was.
You're a nutter. Thanks very much.
OK, no problem.
Sir, on your brother's stag do, unfortunately he got knocked out. But he knocks himself out.
Yeah, fell forward, head-butted the bar, and that was him out cold, KO'd for the rest of the night, yeah.
What time did that happen?
I think that was about 11 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad. He'd got since about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so he'd done 6 hours, so it wasn't too bad.
And do you think, we shouldn't be laughing, but do you think stag do's are harmless fun or too much bum?
Depends what you get up to, I suppose. You know, so I mean, if it's just a carry on and a laugh and a drink with the lads, yeah, but some people take it too far. At the end of the day, I mean, you're going to marry somebody, so you kind of have to behave yourself, I suppose, when you're on the stag do. Yeah.
Clearly your brother didn't. OK, thank you very much.
Blimey, I mean, that last one sounded grim, just.
The thing is, boss, you know, I have to say, some things you set me when I go onto the streets are very, very hard to get stories and opinions on. That was so easy. I think every single bloke listening this morning would either had a stag do himself or been on one, and every stag do has a story.
OK, we're going to make it tough for you.
Go on.
We're giving away Madonnas.
OK.
Which Madonna do people want to claim?
Are you asking me or are you asking the streets?
Well, you take it to the streets, but you too, because you work at the BBC, you get first dibs. Which Madonna would you like to claim? I've got, what was the name of that thing I just said?
In Bed with Madonna.
I'm in bed with Madonna. That's the one I've got.
In Bed with Madonna. Of course, I was dressed up as Madge a couple of weeks ago.
I think that's what planted the seed.
Yes. For me personally, it's Like a Prayer Madonna.
Oh, dark hair Madonna.
Dark hair, yeah. Brunette. I'm a brunette type of guy. Lovely dress on, and she was behind bars as well. So for me, it's Like a Prayer Madonna.
Why? Hang on a minute. Why is the prison scenario?
It was the way she was holding onto the bars. It looked quite sexy.
This reminded you of your time doing Bird.
Yes.
Justin, speak to you later.
Thanks.
Good work, mate. Thank you.
Like a caged beast.
Hopefully it remains caged. Have you got anything in the papers?
Yeah.
By the way, if you just tuned in and you're wondering, we have got no stories today at all.
Well, one.
We're
going to do the 10-2, aren't we?
Are we?
Do you want to?
Let me have a little look at the 10-2.
Or not? All right.
What do you reckon? Produce.
We'll stand it down.
We've got the vibe now. It would ruin the vibe. We've got literally no stories. There was nothing in the papers. And some BBC local radio stations would make up stories. We're not going to do that, so we're just going through the papers and we're just chatting. You're more than welcome to join in. 08459 455.
We've got the first divorce celebration through.
Oh, yeah. We talked about stags, but how did you celebrate your divorce or your relationship breakup?
Right, Lisa Hunter on Twitter says...
Lisa's good, isn't she? Always gives good tweets.
She sold her wedding ring for 60 quid to a local jeweller in Boreham Wood and had a mighty fine takeaway.
Get in there! I bet there are at least 2 bottles of wine involved with that. Well done.
08459 455 555 for yours. This is something that caught my eye. Don't ask me why. His turn in Doctor Who was among the shortest incarnations of the Time Lord in the programme's 52-year-old history. Sorry. Now, Christopher Eccleston seems to have revealed the reason for his speedy departure. The 51-year-old actor suggested he fell out with the bosses over his decision to play the character with a northern accent.
Oh, dear.
He plays all his characters with a northern accent.
That's what he does. He's from Salford.
Eccleston, pictured, who grew up in Salford, was a huge
And he's
hit
not as
with
good as he
fans.
thinks.
And the first Doctor after the show, but was revived in 2005 when he stayed for just 13 episodes. Asked about his departure, he told Radio Times, I wanted to move him away from RP, received pronunciation, for the first time because we shouldn't make a correlation between intellect and accent.
Oh, for goodness sake.
He added, I have no ill feeling towards the character or the series.
That's just why whenever he's interviewed about it, apart from this time, he walks out of the interview.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's previously hinted about a row with the show's bosses, saying, I didn't agree with the way things were being run or like the culture that grew up around the series. Eccleston's from a working class family and has also claimed there's an inequality in the acting world with an increase in privately educated stars such as Oscar-winning Eddie Redmayne. He says he still feels insecure, added, I was awkward looking and skinny with an accent, as I still am. People liked it though, didn't they? That was his thing.
I've heard stories. He was quite hard work.
Oh, really?
On that, quite hard work.
Do you think he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder?
I wouldn't like to say, but yeah. 08459 455 555. Let's get some Trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Still problems on the M1 going south. A lane closed between junction 11 for Dunstable and 10 for Luton Airport after an accident. A long queue there from Flitwick. The M25 clockwise, a lane blocked and a queue just before junction 22 for St Albans. Also anti-clockwise, another lane blocked by a breakdown just before junction 16 for the M40. You'll find a queue from Kings Langley. It's heavy as well between junction 21 for the M1 and 19 for Watford. The A5 going south, that's very busy between Lynch Hill and Redbourne. The A1M much heavier than normal, very slow heading south between St Albans and the M25. Borehamwood, the A1 going south, queuing from Holiday Inn to Stirling Corner, and on London Midland a reduced service from Bedford to Bletchley because of a broken down train earlier. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. 7:46, it's Tuesday the 14th of April. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative Election Manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for over $1 million. Let's get the weather.
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thanks, Iain. Well, some low cloud around, but that is clearing away, and we are looking at plenty in the way of sunshine today and feeling very warm this afternoon, especially with those light winds. Temperatures reaching up to 23 degrees today, 73 in Fahrenheit, a good 10 degrees above average for the time of year. Generally dry and clear this evening and overnight too, with those light winds continuing. Relatively mild despite the clear skies, temperatures only dipping to maybe 8 to 10 degrees, 46 in Fahrenheit. And then for tomorrow, dry, very warm and sunny for all areas with light winds, perhaps a little bit more in the way of cloud by the afternoon, and temperatures could reach 24, maybe even 25 degrees, 77 in Fahrenheit. Becoming cooler and a bit cloudier for Thursday and Friday, but remaining dry and fine, and that's the case for the weekend as well, and that's your forecast.
Thank you.
The general election on the BBC.
On Thursday the 16th of April, I'm going to be joined by the party leaders for a live televised election debate. Leaders from Labour, the SNP, Plaid Cymru, UKIP and the Green Party. Our studio audience are going to be asking the questions, and the party leaders will debate their policies and election promises, live on air.
Election 2015 on the BBC, making it clear.
Join me, David Dimbleby, for the BBC Election Debate 2015, Thursday night at 8, live on BBC One and BBC One HD.
Good morning, sir.
John McCorrick. John McCorrick. John McCorrick.
I'm begging.
Good morning, sir.
John McCrick.
0455 555. Victor's on the line. Morning, Victor.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Victor. What you got?
I got a story about a stag night that I thought I'd got away with.
Go on, Victor. Tell us about it.
Right. 1989, I was in partnership with a guy in St Albans. We had a small fabrication shop.
Now, let me just stop you there. You say partnership? Was it a homosexual partnership?
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite. And if
No.
you're in fabrications, what, you work for the Sun? What was that?
No, it's still fabrication, still buildings and that.
OK, thank you very much. Just to clarify, thank you.
Thanks.
That was the chair. Carry on, Victor.
And they decided they were going to have a stag night for me because I was getting married.
Not to this fella?
No, not quite. No,
Okay.
I didn't fancy him anyway.
No?
No.
Wasn't your time, OK.
Anyway, they decided we'd go down to London and all the boys in the workshop would come. We got down to London, went to this Mexican place, lots of tequilas, and they were trying to get me really drunk.
Yeah.
So on the way home, they stopped. I don't know whether you know, if you come up from the A1, it branches off to go towards the M1.
Yeah, I know it very well. I know it very well. And here's a boring story, Victor. I was thinking about that stretch of road yesterday a lot, because on that stretch of road, you go onto the M1 and you've got the train track running beside you. There used to be, about 20 years ago, a really nice groove where the lorries had worn down the road. And you have a really
That's
nice
right.
groove. And if you got your left wheels in that groove, you didn't need to steer. It steered. They've covered it up now, unfortunately. Political correctness gone mad. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
There's a garage on that corner, and they stopped at the garage.
Yep.
And we didn't need petrol or anything. So they got in and...
Rizzlers?
Whatever they want, they kept me inside the van.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, when we got back to St Albans, this little workshop was on the main Hatfield Road, and some cars had parked across the entrance to get in.
Uh-oh.
So they said to a load of them, right, out they get. They're going to manhandle this car out the way so that we could go up the alleyway.
Yes.
But they all got out, and they said to this guy sitting next to me, right, you stop there and don't let Victor go anywhere. So he was sitting there, and I said to him when they got out, God, I do need to pee. So without thinking, he just got out of the way, and I was out.
Yeah.
Down the alleyway by the Rat's Castle, there used to be a cab firm down there.
Yeah.
I run
The cab
down there.
firm. Was the cab firm there when you went down the alleyway, or is that long gone?
No, the cab firm was there.
Beautiful. Okay, we just got an image of what is going on.
Yeah, well, as I say, I got out, run across the road, down the alleyway to the cab firm.
We finish at 9 o'clock today, Victor.
Okay.
Okay, just
to cut a long story short.
Too late for that.
I said to them, some guys chasing me. Go across there, get your cab done, open the door, and run across in there. That time the van wasn't there. They must have gone up the alleyway. I'm home. I got home in bed, and I didn't find out till Monday. They said I'd be walking home, so they sat there outside my house for 2 hours waiting for me, and I was tucked up in bed.
And what, they were going to kill you?
No, what they were going to do, I found out they were going to strip me, and there's a little tree in the in our cul-de-sac. They were going to tie that to the tree and big radios and put blaring music out, so that all my neighbours would have come out.
Oh, they'd have seen your...
They'd have seen your little Victor.
Right, so I managed to get away with it. But two weeks later, they did catch up with me.
Yeah, and killed you then?
Not quite.
No.
I wish I could have died, because they put manacle on me. They put a manacle on me. They put ball and chain on me. Right.
Did you have your trousers on, though?
I managed to keep them on, yeah.
Good for you. Victor, listen, it's a great story. You don't see balls and chains anymore, do you? You don't see balls and chains. Great story, Kelly.
I thought if I have to sit through that, I'm going to make someone else.
Is there room for that to go in the podcast this week?
Yeah, of course.
No.
No.
Is the answer. No. Melvin Bragg!
Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Melvin. I've not heard from you since you moved to Sky Arts.
Yeah, I haven't been on for quite a while because your content has been reasonable. But recently, you're turning the show into a music show.
Yeah.
And really, you know, if I want to listen to music, I'll listen to better music on another station.
Whoa,
Now,
first of all, what do you mean by better music, and which station are you referring to?
Classic FM, probably.
Okay. Bit of Girls Aloud, Gwen Stefani.
No, I'm not blaming you, Ian. You're responsible for delivery.
Yes.
The production team are responsible for content.
I'll hand you over to the production team, Melvin. You're speaking to them exclusively.
So, which one of Rachmaninoff's oeuvre would you like me to put on next?
Well, I just think you've got to get a little bit more content, Catherine.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just lacking. The last few weeks is just lacking.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, you've got to get a grip and get it sorted.
Listening, boss.
We were
Ian's
going
just-
to. There was a story we're going to do about yogurt today. Shall I put that back in?
Well, that sounds good.
Okay.
Ian's sitting there, you know, just waiting to be fed some content, and you're just not doing it.
Yogurt.
You're not producing.
Okay, yogurt back in.
That's all I have to say.
What about speeding? Should we put speeding back in? You want to do that one?
No. Dog mess, things like that.
Dog
I
mess.
tell you what, we haven't heard from. We haven't heard about that blessed, beloved thingy woman in Milton Keynes who runs a college.
Well, Tina
What's happening
Beloved.
there?
Well, legals, but maybe we'll do that anyway.
Is she still around, or?
Yeah, she's in legal battle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so
dear.
best not. But thanks for mentioning that.
Best leave that alone. Yeah, because
probably
you know
gonna
that was a right riveting story, and we just you know.
It's gone.
Yeah.
In defence, listen, Melvin. In defence to Catherine does come up with the content, and it's not her fault that there's no content in the show today.
Right. Well, it's been the same for a while. Ian.
Well, yeah. The other days
That's
it's
all
her
my
fault.
fault, yeah.
But today, it's not her fault.
But you know what? Classic FM's better anyway, Melvin. If you
Yeah.
like. So.
Well, I like sitting on. I like sitting on the M. I like sitting on the M1 as I'm doing now, having a smile and a chuckle.
Get
and
back in
just
your
not
car.
getting it. Yeah.
Get back in your car.
Thank you very much.
Listen, Melvin is a valued contributor to the show, Catherine.
Well.
Don't be so rude. Take on board. Sorry, Melvin. Take
Where
on
do you
board.
work, Melvin? Because I'm going to come and stand over your shoulder and tell you you're rubbish.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, a little bit of magic. He works in a fairy factory. Melvin, we'll speak to you again. Fingers
Won't.
crossed
Thank
we
you
can
very
find the story.
much.
Ta-ta.
We won't be talking to Melvin.
Ta-ta. No, thank you for putting that through, Kelly. Sorry?
Welcome.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
What? No, listen.
Yeah,
that's
we do.
no. Listen.
Yeah, we do.
No,
Yeah,
listen.
we do.
No.
Yeah.
Listen.
Do.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M1 going south, a lane closed along Kew. It was 2 cars and a lorry between junction 11 for Dunstable and Luton Airport at 10. Congestion from Flitwick. Also another accident, slow traffic between 15 for Northampton and 14 for Milton Keynes. A lorry's come off the road. The M25 going clockwise, a lane blocked just before St Albans. There's congestion from the M1 south. The M25 anti-clockwise also queuing because of a breakdown earlier just before junction 16 for the M40. The A5 heading south, that's queuing much heavier than normal between Lynch Hill and Redbourne. Little Chalfont, Amersham Road, the A404, it's partially blocked because of an accident. Tom Watts for BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. Catherine, you've got 10 seconds. Just remind them what they can call in about.
No.
Go on.
Go on, River.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Tories to launch election manifesto this morning. Legal fight continues over St Albans rail freight plans. And Bletchley Park notebooks sold for over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
David Cameron will today launch the Conservative election manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. The Home Secretary, Theresa May, says right to buy will fund new affordable homes.
It's a very clear policy which is about actually saying to local authorities that we think they should manage their housing stock better by selling off the most expensive properties they've got. That will raise £4.5 billion a year. That will enable not just those local authorities, those councils, to replace the houses that they're selling with more affordable homes, but it will also mean that money will be available for the extension of this right to buy discount.
Meanwhile, the Green Party will use its manifesto launch to call for the creation of a fairer society and a safer planet. Planet. Caroline Lucas from the Greens says they wouldn't consider entering into a formal coalition with one of the bigger parties.
We have ruled out being part of a coalition government, and I think, if you look at the experience of the Lib Dems in their coalition with the Tories, it's not a model that has been a huge success for them, and you end up losing your identity and quite possibly your integrity as well. That's why we would do what we've done in Scotland. The Scottish Greens supported the government there on a case-by-case basis.
St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. The council is opposing development of the former Radlett Aerodrome site in Park Street. The internet watchdog, the IWF, has warned that easily accessible photo-sharing websites are being used to distribute large numbers of images of child abuse. The sites are meant for people's holiday and family photos. A notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million. The handwritten notes date from 1942, when Turing worked on deconstructing the German Enigma code. Professor Barry Cooper is the author of Alan Turing, His Work and Impact.
Much of his work has been printed in papers and books, but this document was a very sort of personal one, which is quite unique. It's amazing, of course, that it sold for over £700,000, but it is incredibly important. It really does reveal the nature of the man, in a sense that the maker of the computer age that we now inhabit.
New figures show that retail spending rose in March at its fastest rate since January last year. Like-for-like sales were up 3.2%, boosted by an early Easter, but analysts say they show supermarkets are making a slow but steady fight back. In sport, England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua, with Ian Bell top scoring with 143. And there are matches tonight for MK Dons at Fleetwood, Wickham at home to Exeter, Stevenage at home to Portsmouth, and Luton away to Dagenham. The weather, cloud clearing to leave a warm and sunny day, a maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius, and you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold. A brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we've paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roam.
On FM, AM, online and
Morning,
digital
guys.
radio.
This is Iain Lee.
On BBC Three Counties Radio.
Very quickly. You all right?
Your chair.
No content in the show today whatsoever. And do you know what? I think it's been one of the best shows what we have ever done. Catherine has been in the studio with me the whole morning.
We've had more chance to hear your squeaky chair.
Well, someone fix this chair. Very quickly, at Glumface. I found this on Twitter yesterday. It's hilarious. You saw this, didn't you? It's just people doing sad faces from local papers.
Well, you know when the local papers are a bit too late to capture the real emotion, but they get them to mock it up.
Yeah.
So they'll have... Say you got the wrong bill.
Yeah.
There's a bloke with a bill holding it up, looking glum about it.
Could you look a bit glummer about it, please? But it was like 3 weeks ago. It's been sorted now. Just look glum. At Glumface, it's hilarious.
There are loads of them.
I was laughing so much last night. Tesco say... So we just go through the papers. You can call in at any point. Not now, because Kelly's off making a cup of coffee. She's not very well. Go easy on her, for goodness sakes.
Don't make her run.
And we'll speak to Justin again in a little bit. Tesco say, get your shelf fit.
Oh.
Yeah. Staff told to stay active.
Well...
How patronising is this coming from a multi-millionaire? Tesco, not me.
Hang on, Tesco that make them sit in a row all day long.
Tesco is telling its 314,000 UK workers to get fit amid fears that chubby checkout staff are putting shoppers off.
I mean, how rude.
I mean, I saw a very fit person, fat person, but why would it put you off? Put you off?
I'm not going to buy this toilet duck now because of you.
New boss Dave Lewis, younger brother of John, put out the message which could see staff dancing or running on the spot in stores.
No, it won't.
Industry insiders, here we go. And this is the reasoning behind it. An industry insider say slim staff are less likely to be off sick. Oh, I'm slim and I'm sick all the time. Oh, I don't know if I go on about it. And can work faster. But it's thought the supermarket giant also wants to make staff more appealing to customers. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it?
When my sister became an air hostess,
Yeah.
part of the process she had to send in a headshot,
Yeah.
a full body shot,
Yeah.
and her measurements.
Well, no, that makes sense.
Because it was a look they were going for.
No.
No, it was.
No, mate.
Yeah,
Those
it was.
aeroplane aisles are very narrow.
This was Virgin,
Right.
and there was a look they were going for.
Well, your sister is, let's be honest, fit.
Yes, as a fiddle.
But those aisles are very, very narrow.
Mm-hmm.
She's a bit dim, your sister, isn't she?
No.
What did you tell me the other day?
Oh, yeah.
You allowed to tell that story on the air?
Yeah. There was a moment. I mean, there's a moment. She's blonde. She's not a natural blonde.
Thank you, Kelly.
But she was going on to an airbase.
Yeah.
Husband's in the RAF. She was going on to an airbase and she was told she had to leave various things behind as she went into this secure area.
I love this story so much.
Can you please leave any computers, any tablets, can you leave them behind at the guard room?
Fair enough, it's an airbase.
So they get onto the base and she realises with horror that she's committed an error. She turns to my brother-in-law and says, "Oh, we're going to have to go back." "What do you mean we're going to have to go back? We can't go back now. Being dropped off. We're going to have to go back. I've got some paracetamol in my bag." Not that kind of tablet, love. Not that kind of
I do
tablet.
like your sister. She makes me laugh.
There are
You can call now. Kelly's back. 08459 455 555. Tesco, Britain's biggest private employer, posted the advice on its staff website. It included tips on keeping... Oh, flip. This is awful. This is actually awful. Because, I mean, those guys who work at Tesco, they get paid so much money. Yeah, of course the bosses can tell them what to do in your free time. It includes tips on keeping active at work and warns, don't be tempted to spend all your free time on the sofa. Excuse
hang on.
me?
Where else am I going to spend it?
Another... Oh, God. Oh, this is awful. Another point says, dancing can be an excellent way of keeping fit. It is great fun, and anyone can do it. You will keep fit and enjoy it. Other tips include having walking meetings outside the office. Walking meetings. I can think of another word. A supermarket insider said, let's be honest, trim workers are less likely to take days off sick. Plus, they can stack shelves more quickly than fat ones. But this also ties in with attempts to smarten up Tesco's stores.
Oh.
So fat people are thoroughly unpleasant, and they get in the way.
Have we forgotten about fat people being jolly? If we're going to go stereotypes, then surely the person you want to have a chuckle with is the large person.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. You'll love this. It's not just new flooring, better lighting and tidy shelves. This is still a quote. Healthy workers will give a more appealing look than a bunch of sweaty, overweight workers wheezing round the aisles.
It's outrageous. Do you know what? I know plenty of big people who are clean and tidy and smart and take pride in their appearance.
Tesco said, colleagues asked us to help the colleagues. As if Dave Lewis thinks that Jan on checkout number 12 is a colleague. Flippin' heck. Or the Raoul who stacks the shelves, or you know,
like Raoul.
or Parmajit who works in the bakery. As if Dave Lewis thinks that they're colleagues. If they're colleagues, why don't you pay them something close to what you're getting, Dave Lewis, instead of, I don't know, say minimum, I don't know if it is minimum, I don't know. Colleagues asked us to help them think about their health, and we're happy to lend a hand with some ideas to stay active.
Did they, though? Did they really?
That's all. If I was in Tesco and someone started running on the spot...
that would be added to the list of people I don't go to at Tesco.
Valerie's emailed in.
Oh, yeah.
She's a mate of yours, so she doesn't count.
Well,
you pay her to be a friend.
Yeah.
Melvin is now there are 4 asterisks there, so that could be an S, a C, a D.
Don't start spelling things out.
Show has been so good. Robert and I have almost spit out our drinks from laughing during breakfast 2 days in a row. Been dangerous eating breakfast during the show. By the way, I do love Classic FM, but they don't have you, Iain. But Catherine's not very good. Well, OK, that's...
Thanks very much.
I get to read the text today, so I get to decide what the text say.
Yeah.
You got any stories?
Yeah, loads.
08459 455 555. We'll speak to Dealey as well in the next, maybe in the next 15 minutes or so if he's around.
What do you wish for your children when they grow up?
I want them to be happy and healthy.
No, you don't. You want them to be rich, apparently.
Well, that would be a nice little sideline.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm trying to find it in here. I think it's page 31. There. Fifth of parents. Oh, so most don't then. So a fifth of parents prefer a child to end up rich rather than happy. 1 in 5 parents believe it's more important for their child to grow up to be successful and wealthy than happy and healthy.
I had a row with my mother-in-law about this.
Oh, really?
Where I said, if my boys are bus drivers and they're happy, I'm happy. No, you want them to do well. I said, well, yeah, but if they're happy, then they're doing well. It's the perception of doing well. Then they're doing well.
You don't want them to be a top lawyer but hate their lives.
Yeah, exactly. Do what you want to do and be happy, guys, for goodness sakes.
But money helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Enough money.
Yeah.
Enough money to be comfortable.
But hey, listen, money's great. And there was a period in my life when I had a fair bit of money. I'm doing all right. I haven't got anything like that now. And money makes things easier and it gives you choices.
Well, a lot of people, it would seem, 20% think money and success are imperative to their child's future. A fifth also turned out to have a difference of opinion on their child's future, with mothers wanting top exam results, while fathers just wanted them to be happy. Probably the opposite in my case.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, half of parents have ended up arguing over this. The poll commissioned by the Military Preparation College found. Oh, I wonder what the Military Preparation College want you to do with your children.
Yeah, but the Military Preparation College want you to get your children shot and learn how to run through mud.
3/4 said strong personal qualities are more important than qualifications. Well, yeah.
08459 455 555. You can give us a call about any of the stuff we're talking about, anything that's on your mind. Just a reminder, if you've just tuned in, we are giving away Madonnas. Which Madonna from which period would you like?
We're also talking about messy stags and happy divorces.
Oh, yeah, go
on. Damon Pattison, wow. This is posh Damon.
Yeah.
He's too posh to be Damon, but he's insisting on being Damon anyway.
Yeah. Was
handcuffed to a Spice Girls tribute band in Blackpool. Now I know all the dance moves to stop right now.
Damon, I bet you knew him before anyway, didn't you? Hang on a minute, that's the wrong thing. I've got to skip. This! Damon, I bet you knew him all before anyway, didn't you?
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Still problems on the M1 going south between junction 15 for Northampton and 14 for Milton Keynes. A lorry's left the road, so queuing traffic there. Also between junction 11 for Dunstable and Luton Airport at 10 because of an accident earlier. The M25 clockwise, there's a lane closed because of an accident just before St Albans at junction 22. That's congested to 21A for the M1 south. The M25 anti-clockwise, also an earlier breakdown causing problems just before junction 16 for the M40. In Little Chalfont, the A4 A404 Amersham Road, there's an accident there, so that's partially blocked. The A1M heading south, much heavier than normal before South Mims. On London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley and disruption at Northampton. But Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much. 8:16, it's Tuesday the 14th of April. I'm Iain Lee. These are your... The 14th of April?
I know, where's it gone?
Flipping it! The 14th of April!
I know, where's it gone?
Is there still a chance it might snow this year?
Yeah.
Hey, these are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative Election Manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against the planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing is sold at auction in New York for over $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tonight, Three Counties Sport enters the final month of the regular season with 4 more live games. MK Dons continue their promotion push away to Fleetwood.
Easy as you like, game over.
John Still takes Luton back to familiar ground as they face Dagenham.
McGeehan puts in the rebound.
Stevenage host mid-table Portsmouth.
Left-footed, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way.
And Wickham are at home to playoff-chasing Exeter.
Wickham have scored, they're back in it.
Tonight from 7 here on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing? You
all right, thank you. You?
I tell you what, I'm bored of this bit.
Oh.
I've been doing this for 2.5 years.
Bored of what bit?
This bit.
Talking to me?
The badinage.
Bit rude.
Well, this is I'm just saying. In real life, let's tear down that curtain, shall we? In real life, we don't like each other. It's all false. It's all showbiz. I don't care, Jonathan. I don't care. It's showbiz.
Oh.
Yes. Well, that's how I feel about you. Is that not how you feel about me?
Not quite in so many terms, no.
He's slick. You're good. You pwned me there. I'm going to let Catherine do this bit. Because I know that you like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you get on. So let's hear what real friendship sounds like on the radio.
Okay.
Jonathan came to my hen. Do you remember?
I do remember, actually. Yes, I do remember in your Wonder Woman outfit.
I whipped him all night with my lasso of truth.
You do. I remember the lasso of truth. I also remember what happened to you at the end of the night.
Oh, dear. Anyway...
Was it?
Jonathan, no.
Probably.
It was a bit more.
Yes, it was.
I started to like you again.
It was...
Do you remember there was a swimming pool, wasn't there, in that disco?
Oh, no, I thought it was a ball pool.
Was it?
Wasn't it a ball? Yeah, I think it was full of balls.
What's where she finished?
Anyway, Jonathan, your programme's really good and has been set up
Thanks.
beautifully today.
It has, yes.
What have you got?
Coming up on the Big Phone in this morning from 9, should housing association tenants be able to buy their properties? David Cameron has announced that a Conservative government would extend the right to buy scheme for housing association tenants in England. The Prime Minister says up to 1.3 million tenants could buy their homes at a discount, and as a result, he believes the Conservatives are the party of working people. Mr Cameron insists 400,000 new homes would be built in the next 5 years, and as a result, the dream of property-owning democracy is alive. Well, from 9 this morning, it's the biggest story around today. Should housing association tenants be able to buy their properties? Your call on 08459 455 555 from 9.
Bit confused, Jonathan. I thought there weren't enough houses for people to stay in.
Well, that, of course, is the counter-argument. There have been some people tweeting this morning saying, we need more social housing, not less. Why are you allowing people to buy it? But the Conservatives, of course, will argue that as long as they're going to replenish the stock, as long as they're going to build more, then to allow people who are in those housing association properties to actually invest in those properties for their future, then that's a positive thing.
Catherine, if you listen to his show,
Yeah.
for once...
No, I always listen.
Oh, mate.
Unless you're going on.
He doesn't work on heart. If you listen to his show, he will explain it. He's really good. I've heard it loads of times. He's brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you being nice to me now?
Because it turns out actually you're a good guy.
Oh, really? Thanks a lot.
And it's Catherine I don't like.
Well...
We knew that. We knew that.
Well, from 9 this morning, 08459 455 555, should housing association tenants be able to buy their properties?
This is Iain Lee
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Let's Let's go to Justin Dealett.
Good morning, Governor.
We've had some complaints, Justin.
Oh, what
but
about?
We're carrying on anyway. No, hang on, that's not the joke. We've had a couple of requests, but we're going to play on anyway.
Okay.
Morning. Can I... this is Mark. Can I counter that bloke, by saying the last hour of the past few weeks has been great. Even Justin made me laugh once last week.
Oh.
Who said that?
That's Mark in Bedford. Even Justin made me laugh once last week.
Wow.
So, fair play, Justin. You're upping your game.
Thanks.
What? That's a compliment.
You sound hurt, Justin. Are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
I've got no taste.
I'd CV that.
CV that? Do you remember CVs and stuff?
Yeah, I still have to do mine.
Oh. Anyway, Justin, sorry, I've just got to say this to you.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, now it's time to play. Okay. I've only got two today. I've only got two today. Hey, Gatford.
Yeah.
Morning, fella.
Morning, boss.
Do you want to play?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sponsored by a newspaper beginning with the Sun.
Okay, so I go to page 12 of The Sun if you want to play at home. That's page 12 of The Sun if you want to play at home. The
Fantastic.
Sorry?
Fantastic.
All right, mate. Listen, I'll be honest.
I'm playing along.
Yeah, no, but you're also making a nuisance of yourself, fella.
You're also stealing my lines. Fantastic.
Thank you, Catherine. Do we to bar you from What's the Story Morning Glory?
No, please don't.
Well, then just...
Okay.
Jack Tot Gamble. Jack Tot Gamble.
Right.
We're going to start with Kelly Betts.
Oh.
Yeah. Jack Tot Gamble.
Can I have some thinking music?
Oh, flipping it! I didn't.
Gary was going to sing then. Did you hear?
Oh, Gary's getting.
I added the year at the end.
Gary's getting right on my nerves. I'll be honest. I don't know how long Gary's going to stay in this game. No, you can't have thinking music.
Fine. So I'm guessing it's a play.
Gatford!
I guess it's a play on the word jackpot.
Yeah.
And it's a tot. So it could be a toddler who has won a lot of money on the Grand National.
Incorrect data.
Right.
Thans, Gaz.
Right.
Would you like a go, Justin?
I would, please.
Do you want some thinking music?
Yes, please. Okay, this is a story.
Music.
This is a story about a guy called Jack.
Just keep thinking.
Okay. It's coming.
Thinking music.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm ready. Okay.
Remember, this is the same Justin Dealey who made Mark in Bedford laugh once last week.
That was the thinking music. Here comes the climax. Okay. This is a story about Jack, who is a Tottenham supporter. He's put a bet on Tottenham finishing in the top four, and that's not going to happen. So now he's going to lose his house and live in a cardboard box.
Okay. It is a very sad story, but it's not that. Okay. Gatford, you're hanging out with celebrities. You must be very nervous. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, which celebrity is that?
What's your answer, Gatford? Make it snappy.
Okay. So Jack Top. What was the clue again?
Right. You're an idiot, Catherine.
No.
Jack Top Gamble.
Right. Okay.
It's actually a really sad. It's actually quite an horrific story.
It's a bloke called Jack who is a big fan of jelly tots, and he gambled his whole future.
Just talk over him, Catherine. What's your go?
I want thinking music.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And therefore he missed out.
Just ignore Gatford, he'll run out of steam in a minute.
So I'm prepared to keep going, as long as I'm on. I have run out of steam.
Right. It's this. Jack Daniels. Little dram.
Yeah.
Or a tot.
It's on there, so it's on the recording.
Or
yes.
a tot.
Yes.
So he gambled everything on being able to have this tot of Jack. And he lost because, unfortunately, he was more of a Malibu man.
A mum left her baby in a car overnight while she played on a pub's fruit machine in Poland.
What?
I only want trying to help you, Poland. I told you it was... Justin, what's that release?
It's horrible.
It is horrible. I told you it's a sad story.
Horrible.
I thought I was a disappointing parent.
We've got time for one more.
My dad took me to the arcade once when I was a little baby and just left me on the floor.
My mum left me in Tesco's on purpose.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, team. The last 30 minutes of the show, where have you been left by your mum or your dad? 08459 455 555.
What about grandparents? Does that count?
Yes.
Where have you been left? Okay.
Okay.
Have you got a story to that? I bet it's boring.
Well, no, I won't bother then.
Good.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
Coffee mugs. Coffee mugs.
Oh, I know this one.
Don't.
Coffee mugs. So we're going to come to him last. Catherine.
I bought one 2 days ago and it's already been lost.
Who's nicked Catherine's coffee mug?
Just because it's not got my name on it, guys.
Go on. Come on, guys. We're getting a little bit too in. Coffee. This is a good game. I'm trying to find...
How is it all spelt? Is it spelt just like
coffee mugs? It's spelled coffee mugs,
Is it
mate.
someone who thought he was drinking coffee, but really it was
Gotta be quick, gotta be quick.
sprinklings from the bottom of a muddy football boot?
Incorrect. Gatford. Got to be quick now.
Someone who thought they were drinking coffee, but they're actually drinking tea, so they're a bit of a mug.
Kelly, I'm not even going to grace that with a response.
Someone called Alan Coffey broke his foot.
His mugula. No, Dealey?
Britain spend millions and millions of pounds on coffee every single year, like me yesterday paying £4 for a Starbucks. As a nation, we are coffee mugs.
You're right, we do spend a lot of money, but what's the... £4 for a coffee?
Yeah, it was a mocha frappa.
What?
Wow, too elaborate, you
Careful how you say that.
Mocha frappa lappa.
Gatford, I'll be honest, mate, your contribution has been very, very poor. If I were you, I'd button it.
Well, to be fair, that's off the course for me.
Coffee mugs. Students being tested for research. Overdosed on coffee and were taken to hospital in Newcastle.
Nasty.
Aye.
Thanks, Gatford.
Cheers.
Bye, Gatford.
I'm producing the comedy here. Come on.
So what?
What?
I'm bringing the comedy here to this.
You're about as funny as Cannon and Wise.
They're the good ones.
Thank you, Gat. You see, they're the good ones.
I liked him.
I like him.
Oh, guys, don't like Gatford. He's been trailing me around for years. He's the dullest caller I've ever had after Philip in South Norwood. Dealey, you took Madonna's to the street.
Yeah, that's coming up later on.
Beautiful. We'll speak to you in a little bit. Thank you for that, Justin. Kelly?
Yes.
You feeling all right, my love? You look a little bit poorly.
I'm feeling great.
You a bit peaky?
No, I'm all right.
Peaky Blinders?
No.
There's a programme I've never watched, Peaky Blinders.
Don't fancy it.
Don't fancy it. I don't like stuff in the old days unless it's the 60s, and even then, only if it was made in the 60s. I don't like the fella's eyes. Gatford, are you still there?
Yeah, I wanted to claim...
Go away. I don't like the fella's eyes. He's got piercing eyes.
What is Peaky Blinders?
It's, Gatford, tell her what Peaky Blinders is.
It's a gangster-style show set in about the 1930s.
Right, now, will you go away?
But do you know what makes it less sexy? In Birmingham.
I like Birmingham.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hasn't it got, like, Cillian Murphy?
Would you please go away?
I want to claim a Madonna, and then I'll go.
Go on, then.
Can I have Cowboy Madonna?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Big problems on the M1 going south between junction 15 for Northampton and 14 for Milton Keynes. A lorry came off the road there. It was briefly completely shut for the air ambulance, and now just 2 lanes open there. The M1 also going south, the queuing traffic between Dunstable and Luton Airport with congestion from Flitwick after an accident earlier. The M25 anti-clockwise, clockwise rather, there's a lane closed just before junction 22 for St Albans. Anti-clockwise, it's queuing from 20 for Kings Langley to 16 for the M40. In Little Chalfont, the A404 Amersham Road, there's been an accident there. London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley, and disruption at Northampton. I'm Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8:30. I'm Simon Oxley. The Conservatives are preparing to unveil their election manifesto. Among David Cameron's pledges will be an extension of Margaret Thatcher's flagship Right to Buy scheme to more than 1 million housing association tenants. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. The High Court rejected its latest legal challenge last month. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
England's cricketers reached 341 for 5 on the opening day of the first test against the West Indies in Antigua. Iain Bell led the recovery from 34 for 3 with 143.
It's nice. I mean, you want to score as many runs as you can for England. I love playing for England. You know, putting on the shirt in any format is what you always want to do. So to come out and score runs in a big test series for us, but on day one, when, like I said, there's a bit of nerves around, was just what I wanted to do.
In football, there are more key promotion matches for 4 of our sides tonight. In League One, third-placed MK Dons go to playoff hopefuls Fleetwood, with games running out in the bid to catch second-place Preston and secure automatic promotion. Here's assistant manager Richie Barker.
Probably a draw might not do us any good either now. You know, we're in the playoffs, that's mathematically proven now, so we need to win the game as well. You know, I'm not going to say that we're going to throw it away if it's a draw, but we need to win the game as well, and so do they for two totally different reasons. So that should bode for a good football match.
In League Two, third-placed Wickham host Exeter. Stevenage are at home to managerless Portsmouth, with on-loan Keith Keane available after suspension. And Luton, who are running out of games as they chase a playoff place, go to John Still's former club Dagenham.
I'm delighted that they've pulled clear. I really am. I would have hated to have gone there with both teams desperate to do so. Professionally, it wouldn't have bothered me one iota, but personally, I wouldn't have wanted to have that situation.
And you can hear full commentary on MK Dons, Wickham, Stevenage and Luton in tonight's Three Counties Sport from 7. And in the Premier League last night, Liverpool beat Newcastle 2-0 to leave Brendan Rodgers' side 4 points behind fourth place Manchester City in the chase for Champions League places. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 9.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Just updating the whiteboard. Justin, you've been fair play, mate. You've been working hard today,
yeah,
and I appreciate it. We'll get to your divorce parties in a second. We've asked him where have you been left. Great email from April. When my dad was marshalling at Snetterton Race Circuit, I was in my crib on top of the car. I was about 3 months old. There was a downpour of rain, and all the marshals dived in the car to get out of the rain. They forgot about me. I was left on top of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, where have you been left? 08459 455 555. We talked stag parties.
Yeah.
Got us onto divorce parties, just.
Yeah, I've been on the streets with this one. A lot of people have had divorce parties, but they have children, so they don't want to come on record and say that. I respect that.
You've got to respect that, haven't you?
You have
got to respect that.
I spoke to one lady who went to Marbella for a week with her friends to celebrate her divorce.
All right, girl.
A girl's week away.
A nice bit of Spanish over there.
Yeah, let's get out there and have a good time. But these two people, they've been on divorce parties. They've got their own stories, especially the second guy. Here's what happened. Madam, you've been on a divorce party. Tell us what happened. Where did you go?
Good. We went to town, went to Chicago's, and I Will Survive was the song of the day. So there you go.
And that was the one you all got up to?
That, yeah, definitely.
Because some people might think it's a bit weird having a divorce party, but your friend was... This was a celebration to your friend.
Yeah. It ended her life of misery and she started a new one of fun. So it was good.
So you haven't been divorced, but one of your best friends got divorced and you went out to party. How long were you partying for?
The whole week.
So just 7 days?
Yeah, 6 or 7 days drinking. Yeah.
Did it help him?
Yeah, very much so, especially on the second night.
Shall we say no more?
Well, you say what you want.
Don't think we can on the radio. So your advice to anybody who gets divorced is go out and have a good time and move on.
Party and go and meet your opposite sex. Go and have a crack. There's plenty of people out there.
Great advice. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
OK, thank you.
Great advice, Justin.
Great advice on the streets this morning. Yes, that man should be running some sort of relationship website. Go and have a crack and go and meet the opposite sex. His
Justin,
words, not mine.
If we can squeeze in a Madonna before the end of the show, then we'd be up for that.
It's coming, and it's coming with a crazy German.
See you in a little bit. Ta-ra.
Spoiling us.
08459 455
I got left in Tesco on purpose.
Yeah.
I was doing that thing. I used to always work, apart from this one occasion, where if you gaze at the toys for long enough, your mum will get the hint that you want one.
Yeah.
Right? So I was looking at Princess Leia figures in the Star Wars section.
Yeah.
And looked around.
God, you are old.
Yeah, no mum. She's gone. She's gone. A little bit of teary behaviour. I got taken off to customer services. They made an announcement.
Oh.
My mum heard it as she's walking round.
Yeah.
Carried on doing her shopping.
Beautiful.
She's safe.
Makes it easy.
Exactly. Carried on doing her shopping. Went, checked out.
Oh God, this just writes it stuff.
Put the stuff in the car.
Yeah.
Then came back.
Went on holiday
Casual.
for a week.
Casual. Just thought that would serve me right.
Where have you been left, and have you ever had an announcement on a tannoy made about you? 08459 455 555. That's a good one, isn't it?
When we were younger, we went to Alton Towers. Mum took us out with her mates.
Yeah.
And me and Andy, my little brother, went on this ride. We came off the ride. Where have they gone? I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Let's go back on the ride.
Yeah.
4 times. Came back and Mum came running with all her friends. Oh my God, I forgot.
08459 455 555. Now, I'm a fan of Homes Under the Hammer. You know Homes Under the Hammer? It's where that the blonde guy and the blonde woman, they go to auctions and they see a house being sold. They go and talk to the people who have bought the house, and they go back 6 months later and see what they've done to the house, how they've done it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Those two people have been doing it for years. Works perfectly. Great formula. They've added a football legend, Dion Dublin, into it.
What for? Oh, because he's got some properties.
Well, yeah, but why would you add a third? Why? Footy legend Dion Dublin made a smooth transition from pitch to porch, debuting.
That's good.
That is actually quite good.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? As a presenter on Homes Under the Hammer, the ex-Aston Villa striker appeared beside the property purchase show Martin Roberts and Lucy Alexander. Look at the face of Martin Roberts. He don't look happy.
He's not the one that's Judith Chalmers' son, is he?
No, that's Nick Durden-Smith. I did him out of a job.
Oh.
Hey, I stole a job from Nick Durden-Smith. He's a nice guy. He don't look happy, does he?
No, he looks like he's plotting his downfall.
Well, you don't need a third person. It's perfect. It's an hour long. She does half. He does half. And it's one of those programmes... That is the chair. It's one of those programmes where they have the music to fit the story. Well, I'll be honest, this house cost me a lot of money. Money. Well, what I'd like to do is I've finished the house, the garden's great, I'm going to laze around on this sunny afternoon. Lazing on a sunny afternoon.
Well, after a bit of TLC, we really do feel as if it's now our house.
Our house in the middle of... And they do that, and they take it to new levels, though. Lisa says, my mum left me on a washing machine as a baby. Oh, no.
What?
My mum left me on... You need to speak into the microphone. My mum left me on a washing machine as a baby. Machine went to spin. I fell off and broke my leg. Oh no, Lisa!
I've got another one of those things.
Yeah, go on.
He went from ball to hall. No.
What song would that...
No, football. That guy.
Oh, right. She's gone back on a pun. You can't go back on a pun. You got any stories there, Kath?
I was looking for a record.
Don't worry about records.
Do you know how to do that?
No.
All right, well, here's this one.
Go on.
A Good Samaritan was given a parking ticket after he pulled over to help an elderly woman. He thought she was dying.
I have jumped out of a car that my wife was driving because I saw an old woman 100 yards down the street fall over, and I said, I'll catch you up. And I went and helped an old woman.
Well, I drove past someone lying in the street once and thought, this is terrible. So I reversed, got out of my car, went to see if he needed any assistance.
Yeah.
No, I was just drunk and having a sleep. Just having a sleep outside the pub, waiting for it to open.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, this wasn't happening there. A Good Samaritan was given a parking ticket after he pulled over to help an elderly woman he thought was dying.
Good.
Student Drew Hollinshead, 21.
Drew, what did he draw?
Hollinshead.
Why would he draw that?
Drew Hollinshead.
What? Reg Holmesworth from... I'm confused.
Drew Hollinshead.
Hey!
21 stopped in the first space available when he saw the pensioner collapse on the pavement, but as he helped her for less than a minute, very quick help, a traffic warden put a £70 ticket on his car because Mr. Hollinshead had pulled into a bay for disabled drivers. Oh.
There we go. I'm suspicious of this guy already.
Yesterday, Mr. Hollinshead said the way he'd been treated was ridiculous and branded the council warden, who could see what was happening, a little Hitler.
Yeah. Did he get let off the ticket or not?
No, I don't think so. But then parking reckon that he was abusive.
Yeah, I bet this... Exactly, you see.
And they didn't know about the helpfulness.
Oh, man alive. KFC boss, chicken is Kenyaki.
Oh.
08459 455 555, by the way. The boss who brought KFC to Britain says he refuses to eat there, claiming the company has ruined the brand. Ray Allen, didn't he have the posh puppet? Lord Charles. It was Ray Allen and Lord Charles, wasn't it? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. I don't know what you're talking... You've been drinking. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you not remember Ray Allen?
Or was it you? I mean, that sounds uncanny.
Hey, now I'm going to show you... We will play a record in a minute, so hunt for a record, because I'm going to show you a picture of... There's a brilliant sketch, right? Ray Allen... It was Ray Allen, wasn't it? 08459 455... Now then, Lord Charles, what are we going to talk to? I don't know. You got me out of the box. There's a brilliant... That's actually a really good impression.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
No, honestly, that was good. But there's a brilliant sketch where... so Ray Allen has got Lord Charles the puppet, but then Lord Charles has got his own ventriloquist puppet. I'm going to show you that picture in a minute.
Right.
And it will blow your flipping mind. What's you give us a song? Anyway, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The reason I picked that... I've never had... Which song do you want?
A2.
I've never
Which
had
songs?
the
Only one
Kentucky
song
Fried
there.
Chicken. I've never had the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's nice. I don't know where we would
When you
obtain
say A2, do you mean side 1, track 2?
A2, yeah.
Do you not want track 1?
No.
Why?
Because I like 2.
You don't want track... Can I override you?
Go on then.
Well, no, but which do you want?
Go on, it's your game after all.
This is... Come on. You know this song. This hasn't got swears in, has it?
No.
You sure? We're not going to be in the mail again, are we?
Um...
Oh, blimey. What's up? I just need to be on a 45. No, it's 33. Okay. Yeah? Do you want this or 2?
I don't think it's got anything rude on it. We might need to...
Let's go to 2.
I just think 2's safer.
Okay. I think 1's more fun. No, there we go. There we go.
It's like candy. I can feel it when you walk. Even when you talk, it takes over me. You're so dandy. I wanna know, can you feel it too? Just like I do. This stuff is starting now. It's the same feeling I always seem to get over you. There's no mistaking, I'm clearly taken by the simple mere thought of you. This stuff is starting now. This stuff is starting now. This stuff is starting now. My eyes roll in my head. I toss and turn in my bed. In the morning when I think
0459 455 555. You can text 81333. Start your text 3CR. Loads of texts, including which Madonna would you like? And where have you been left? We'll get to those after a bit of Trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M1 going south is completely closed just at junction 15 for Northampton. There's been the accident between there and 14 for Milton Keynes. The air ambulance involved, so a very long queue as you might expect. The M25 going clockwise, a lane closed because of an accident involving 3 vehicles. There's a fuel spillage there as well, just before junction 22 for St Albans. Congestion from Kings Langley. On the anti-clockwise M25, it's queuing from Kings Langley towards 16 for the M40. Little Chalfont on the A404 Amersham Road, partially blocked because of an accident. London Midland, a reduced service between Bedford and Bletchley, and disruption at Northampton because of a signal problem. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. 8:46, it's Tuesday the 14th of April. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. David Cameron will today launch the Conservative Election Manifesto with a promise to extend the right to buy scheme. St Albans District Council will take its case against a planned rail freight terminal to the Court of Appeal. And a notebook used by the Bletchley Park codebreaker Alan Turing has sold at auction in New York for just over $1 million. We'll speak to Dealey before the end of the show. You possibly. 08459 455 555. Let's get the weather first.
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Well, it's becoming a beautiful day for all of us. Some cloud around across Beds and Bucks, but we are looking at increasing amounts of very warm sunshine, especially by the afternoon in those light winds, feeling very warm. Temperatures 23 degrees as our high, 73 in Fahrenheit, a good 10 degrees above average for the time of year. Now, generally dry and clear as we head through the night. Tonight, light winds remaining, relatively mild despite the clear skies, lows of 8 to 10 degrees. And then for tomorrow, dry, very warm and sunny once again, even warmer, temperatures climbing up to 24, maybe 25 Celsius, a little cloudier perhaps by the afternoon, and becoming cloudier and cooler for Thursday and for Friday, but still warmer than average. That's your forecast.
As the general election gets closer, we want to know what you really think.
Sometimes it gets a bit boring, I think.
But we kind of feel like nothing changes.
Parliament really needs a good shake-up.
We're holding a number of debates across Beds, Hearts and Bucks, focusing on the biggest issues.
The national health, I think that's a big concern at the moment.
Immigration, probably.
I think education more than anything.
If you'd like to take part and have your say, you can register your interest right now. Email 3cr@bbc.co.uk or call 08459 455 555.
I always do the vote because I think it's my right to vote.
Election 2015 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across Beds, Hearts and Bucks.
This is Iain Lee.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Can I have a quick look at some texts and then we'll come to the story that you've got there. If you've just tuned in, it's been a hodgepodge today. We didn't have any stories.
A happy hodgepodge.
A happy hodgepodge. I've enjoyed it. And do you know what? I would willingly do this show like this every single day. The stories that we had, let's be honest, they weren't that good. A woman who didn't eat a yoghurt in a hospital, and a man who wanted us to raise the speed limit. So Catherine and I decided to junk them.
And what have we been talking instead? Claim your Madonna.
We're giving away Madonnas.
Where have you been left?
We're talking about, we've done stag do's, now we're on divorce parties. Where have you been left? Oh, we've got loads of texts on where have you been left.
Go on.
Iain, stop calling the travel the trav. Reminds me of a Psycho X I used to have. Sorry, Joe. Iain, this is Phil. I used to work on London buses driving the open-top zoo bus. A passenger took her kids and a neighbour's six-month-old baby on the bus. When I dropped them off at the zoo and pulled away, she suddenly realised she'd left the baby on the bus. Many frantic radio calls followed. I was left strapped in my buggy at 8 months in the beach on Yarmouth as the tide was coming in.
What?
Says Kay.
That doesn't sound like an accident.
And Simon says, can I claim Vogue Madonna? I find the more formal, dark-suited Madonna most appealing. Simon, I think we've got an idea of what floats your boat, and you've got it.
Mannish Madonna.
Mannish Madonna!
People did used to get left behind because people used to leave their babies in those massive Silver Cross prams outside shops, didn't they? And if you're a new mum and you've got a bit of the old baby brain going on, you might forget.
Babies were always getting snatched, weren't they, in the old days?
Were they?
Well, everyone says, it's terrible now. I genuinely think everything is a lot safer now. We're just more aware of stuff. But I don't think there's actually any increase in the number of paedophiles. I just think we're more aware of it. And
Yeah.
But babies were always getting snatched in the 70s, weren't they? Not always, but quite
Define
often.
always. Once a week?
Yeah, once a week a baby was being snatched in the 70s from outside a co-op.
Okay. That's very specific.
Very specific indeed. What you got?
If you were that baby, 08459 455 555. The Queen and our human...
Well, they wouldn't know. They will be brought up as though they were that couple's own baby.
Oh.
Or that mad woman's old baby. If you live in a house that's got faeces on the wall, you were probably snatched as a baby. Call us now. 08459 455 555. It happens.
The Queen is the person who best epitomises the nation's finest qualities, according to a survey of people who I would suggest like the Queen.
Yeah, so but a multi-millionaire who looks down on people.
We don't know that.
And had...
What's he doing?
I just mimed a conspiracy theory. I won't say it on the radio because I don't want the brakes to go in my car.
Pride, kindness, bravery. Those are some of the things she has.
Bravery. What has she done that's brave?
Determination. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. I like the royal family.
I
but
love the Queen.
I like the royal family and I shouldn't. You know, everything that I intellectually know means I should hate the royal family, and I've got a real soft spot for them. But what has the Queen ever done that's been brave?
She's tolerated Philip.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know she...
Forbearance.
Yeah, fair play.
Pride, kindness, bravery, determination, generosity, humility and a sense of humour are the attributes that define what it is to be a Briton. Oh, no, it's not. It's what it is to be a human, nice person.
Yeah.
A third of those polled said the Queen is the best example of these qualities. Do they know her? Ahead of naturalist David Attenborough and comedian
I wish he put some clothes on. I've been in the same room as David Attenborough. Grumpy.
Is he?
In the green room for, I guess it may have been the Alan Titchmarsh show. Grumpy. Would you like to sit? I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here. Would you like a tea? I don't want a tea. This is not tea.
And then Alan came in like a ray of sunshine.
Oh, David, it's so marvellous to see. Oh, Alan Titchmarsh.
He likes you, doesn't he?
Go on. Yeah, he loves it.
A third of those polled said the Queen is the best example of these qualities. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince Harry... Oh, Prince Harry's in favour again, is he? Have we stopped taking the mickey out of him?
Yeah, no, now that he's in Australia, yes, we like him.
Sir Richard Branson, again, is he in favour again? Have we stopped taking the mickey out of him?
He never went out of favour with me.
Physicist Stephen Hawking. Oh, we've always loved him.
No, yeah, but I think he's getting too big for his boots.
Former footballer David Beckham. Oh, are we fans of him again now? I thought we were jealous of him. And Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling.
Ooh.
Oh, do we like her again?
Oh, I've always liked J.K. And J.K., let's just say... no, I'm thinking of J.K. and Joel. Sorry, carry on.
I was thinking of J.K. out of Jamiroquai. Completed the list of model British
Name other famous JKs. 08459 4... Let's see if we can get 10 before the end of the show.
The invention of the internet by scientist Tim Berners-Lee was the achievement that made most people proud to call themselves British. Really?
Do you know what? I think we're going to have another Justin Vox in a second. Justin.
Yes,
I've just found one more. A little bit of politics.
OK.
Go on.
A little bit of politics. Farage rejects dual citizenship. Farage rejects dual citizenship. Kelly Betts, quick answers, please.
Hang on, phone's ringing.
OK, that's incorrect. I don't know where she got that from, that story. Justin Daly, Farage rejects dual citizenship.
Has he turned down membership of the Jewel fan club? Jewel had a couple of hits in the 1990s.
What was her song?
If I could tell the world just one thing.
Oh, she's a bit hippy drippy, wasn't she?
It was all okay. It's a beautiful
She
song.
was a Joni Mitchell for the 90s.
She was good.
Incorrect data. Catherine.
I think it's to do with the fact that he's got half German children.
Yeah.
He said to them that you can either be my child or you can be British.
No. This is a brilliant story. UKIP leader Nigel Farage was yesterday challenged to a sword fight by a man claiming to be a Polish prince. Janek Zleslinski threw down the gauntlet and suggested an 18th century style duel after claiming he has had enough of the party's attitude. In an online video filmed in an ornate room, he brandished a sheathed weapon and said, "I've realised that what I have to do is stand up in defence of my people in the UK." Mr. Farage responded... So what I'd like to do, Mr. Farage, is challenge you to a duel. Mr. Farage responded by commenting on Mr. Zlinki's impressive sword before adding, "I'm not intending to accept the offer." I like that.
I'll watch.
Justin, Madonna. We're giving away Madonnas after a young pop singer, Nick Drake, pretended to puke up after she put her tongue, maybe something else, down his throat. We're giving away Madonnas.
What else is she going to put in there? Dentures?
Maybe something fell. Maybe she was smuggling microfilm.
Oh, right.
You never know. Do they still have microfilm? Anyway, Justin.
Incredibly, people have been giving answers on the streets. I've been asking which Madonna would you like to claim? And we have perspectives here from people living in Bedfordshire, but also people who are German and people who are Italian. So we've gone European with this one. Here's what happened.
Taking it to the streets with J-Dog.
Let's get the German perspective. Who's your favourite Madonna?
Like a virgin.
Like a virgin?
Yeah.
So that image really works for you, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
This morning we're giving away Madonnas, okay? Which one would you like to claim?
Like a prayer.
The Like a Prayer Madonna?
Yeah.
What, dark hair? Yeah. Behind bars?
Yeah.
Like a caged animal?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Madam, we're giving away Madonnas this morning. Which one would you like to claim?
I don't want to, thank you.
Let's get the Italian perspective. Which Madonna would you like to claim?
Cowboy. In the hat, yeah.
Yes!
Yes!
It's
Yes.
getting you going on the streets. Wow, mamma mia, look at you! Suddenly you're all hyped up talking about Madonna as a cowboy.
Yeah, it makes my day. Yeah, makes my day. Yeah.
I'll have Madonna in the cowboy hat, please.
Yep. Madonna in the cowboy. Yep.
Two things here, two texts. Matt says Tim Berners-Lee didn't invent the internet.
No, he invented the World Wide Web.
Correct, thank you. And
The Mail needs to sort it out.
James from Wolverton says Mark from Bedford is a filthy liar. Justin has never been funny.
Oh.
Who says that?
It's James from Wolverton.
Oh, morning, James.
He spells it J-Dog as well. It's not dog, it's dog.
Well, I'm not meant to be funny. I'm just out there reporting the facts. I'm not a comedy act. I'm not some sort of pet.
Well, what are you, a reporter?
Yes.
What? Like a journalist? No.
No.
It's my job.
Is it?
It's just how you choose to use me.
Well, no, hang on. Whoa. Okay, go and get us a story about,
Yogurt?
No.
Speeding?
No. You're a journalist.
It's my title.
But you just dress up as Madonna and harass people in the street.
Again, under your instructions.
I don't tell you to dress up as Madonna. Not all the time. I mean, sometimes I do, and that was we were drunk and we were having a bit of fun. What's wrong with that
thing? Yeah.
Wow. Well, you learn something new every day, Justin.
Yeah, you do.
You all right?
I'm fine.
That vehicle's reversing.
Well, best we leave it there then, Just.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Well, no, I'll see you upstairs in a minute.
No, I'm off.
Where are you going? Journalism school.
Not a radio station.
There we go, you
Are
see.
you happy now, James, in Wolverton?
It started off so well, and it ended so badly.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The M1 southbound is closed after junction 15 for Northampton because of an accident. The air ambulance has landed there. The M25 and clockwise, a lane closed because of another accident and a fuel spillage just before junction 22 for St Albans. Congestion from Kings Langley. Anti-clockwise on the M25, queuing from Kings Langley to Watford. Also Maple Cross to junction 16 for the M40. The A1 heading south is queuing from Holiday Inn to Stirling Corner. On the trains on London Midland, a reduced service from Bedford to Bletchley. And disruption at Northampton because of a signal problem. Tom Watts for BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much. You go and have yourself a nice hot lemon and honey.
Do you know what I really need?
Yeah?
Steam.
Kelly, go and have yourself a nice hot lemon and honey or a steam with Catherine. You fancy that?
Yeah, I'll have another steam with Catherine.
What? That's it, that's your luck. Thank you for putting up with our nonsense. Hey guys, do you know what? I think this should be the future of the show. It won't be, that we're the BBC. Normal service, I'm assuming, will resume tomorrow. Thank you, Catherine, Kelly, and Just. Till tomorrow at 6 from us. Ta-ta.
Local and vocal across Beds, Herts and Bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Ian. Good morning. Welcome to the JVS show. I'm Jonathan Vernon-Smith. It's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock. And on today's big phone-in, Should housing association tenants be able to buy their properties? David Cameron has announced that a Conservative government would extend the right to buy scheme for housing association tenants in England. The Prime Minister says up to 1.3 million tenants could buy their homes at a discount, and as a result, he believes the Conservatives are the party of working people. Mr Cameron insists 400,000 new homes would be built in the next 5 years, and as a result, the dream of property-owning democracy is alive. Well, this morning I want your reaction to this. Should housing association tenants be able to buy their properties? Pick up the phone, come on and have your say. Tell me your story on 08459 455 555.
This is the JVS Show
on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Your call in just a second, but first let's get the latest BBC News at 9 o'clock. Here's Simon Oxley.
The headlines: Tories launch election manifesto this morning, Luton man back in court after death of a child, and Bletchley Park notebook sold for $1 million.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
David Cameron is to announce plans to extend the right to buy scheme to give 1.3 million housing association tenants the chance to own their homes. The policy will form the centrepiece of the party's manifesto, launched later this morning. Ruth Davison from the National Housing Federation says it could cost the taxpayer billions of pounds to compensate housing associations for selling their properties cheaply.
Halfway through a programme of austerity and in the grips of a housing crisis, if you had £20 billion of taxpayers' money, would you just give it away as a gift to some of the most securely housed people in the country on some of the lowest rents?
A Luton man is due back in court today, charged in connection with the death of a 1-year-old child. 35-year-old Alistair Bowen from Drayton Road will appear with his partner, the child's mother, 25-year-old Kirsty Lee from Windsor. Both have been charged with causing or allowing the death of a child and causing or allowing